exciting is that? I'm pretty excited, I gotta say, and I hope that you are also. This weekend, though, Wrexham does not play tonight. Do not play tonight. Instead, they play tomorrow at 11 p.m. Gonna be very exciting to stay up late on a school night to watch some football, but that'll be a-okay, good. Gary, Ohio to you also, my friend. Welcome in, Pi. Hello, Sakutera. History teacher Steve, happy weekend to you, my friend. Welcome in, Unnamed Comet. Alice, still so good to see you. Hello, Forcom. Hello, Jim. Hello, CS Prof. Hard Drive, welcome back. Hello to today, Tiger Burning and Mike, and also Haig. And also everybody else, Neuhauser, Imperial Agents. Jim, you've now moved your second daughter to school as well. No more daughters to drop off. 2 done, well done, well done. Glad you can relax and hang out now. Probably a different rhythm to your life with your daughters around or not around. Whichever way, very cool to have you with us. Hope y'all are having a good weekend planned ahead. Hopefully y'all are looking forward to, I don't know, is it time to mow the lawn again? Is it time to, I don't know, watch the TV show? Whatever you have planned for the weekend, I hope it's going to be as fulfilling as could possibly be. Today I decided to continue Hearts of Iron for one last day. Today will definitely be the last day of the Hearts of Iron playthrough. That's because I didn't want to start a new game on a Saturday. Instead, I tend to like starting new games on my Monday stream. And also not exactly feeling the typing game today. And I'm so curious if we can do one more interesting thing in our Hearts of Iron playthrough, or what happens exactly. So one last day, and then we will be moving on to something else. It's been a really fun game, though. I know that the community is split on enjoyability, but from my side of things, really nice time. Definitely one we'll put into the roster and bring back again in the future. Though, man, the next few months are thick with interesting game releases, thick with a lot of fun ahead. So I appreciate you being part of the ongoing story that is the Resorty community. Very good. Mike, you got that 5 p.m. beer and watch Resorty? Hey, there's not too much nicer after a day at work, after a day of effort of various kinds. Just come home, crack open a cold one, sit back, and not worry about work for a little while. I know that life well. I worked 9 to 5 for a while as a bank teller. That's right. I was responsible for counting the money and saying thank you for your deposit and so on. All pretty good. I should just be accurate. The next few months are just thick with Paradox releases. You're not wrong about that. From where I sit, that's the entirety of important game releases, but I honestly am completely ignorant of what other kinds of games are released these days. I'm sure that every year there's a new Madden game. I'm sure every year there's a new first-person Call of Duty game. I only tend to hear about games being released outside of my narrow little strategy window if they're ones that have really made the big time. Games like Baldur's Gate 3, whatever the other popular ones recently have been, you know the ones. If they make it onto the ordinary TV news, then I know about them. If not, not so much. Hey, Jewel, how's it going? You're heading out to a Trek-themed party. Oh my goodness, that sounds so much fun. I've never been to a theme party at all. I have been to Halloween parties where people wear different kinds of outfits based on their own personal choice. But I do wonder, what's the most fun kind of theme party there is. I know some people do toga parties, and those have kind of a Roman theme or a Greek theme, I presume, but I think it's mostly an excuse just to wear bed shirts, or bed sheets rather, as shirts. Hope the Trek's good fun though. Hopefully people have the big old ears on and so on. All good. There's a game coming up pretty soon about running a soccer club. Huh, what's that one called? Is that called a Soccer Coach 2024? I'll have to keep my eyes out for round ball punting Principle 2024. I'll see if I can find it, but I have heard good things about that series. Maybe. Did I actually have a job that implied math? Yes, I actually did a math-based job. I've also worked as a cashier at a store. I just can't do math when someone's watching me. It feels too high stakes in some way, knowing that you all, however many of you there are simultaneously saying, come on, Resorty, this is easy math. It's easy math, Resorty. If it's just the one customer, though, no problems at all. Yeah, I think, I don't know, I'll set a big calculator, and I'm pretty fast on 10 key. This is the 10 key motion for my time as a cashier. Whichever way, it was okay for sure. Halloween parties? Yes, absolutely. I've gone to parties in which people, let's say adults, go to a party while wearing their favorite costume. So one person might dress up as, I don't know, the princess from Aladdin, another person is a knight of a realm, still another police officer. Often these tend to be like topical or thematic. People trying to find the most unique, fun costume to wear has been in the news, etc. And yeah, Halloween parties are a real thing. I don't know if they're still done. I assume they are. I guess one of the running jokes has been an excuse for people to dress in clothes they wouldn't often wear out in the town. One night a year, you get to dress a little unusually, we'll say. But here in Japan, no such thing. As I've mentioned before, we don't really do parties at houses here because everyone's house is so darn small. We have people over for dinner, but never more than a couple at a time, for sure, for sure, for sure. Gary suggests there is a game you want to suggest, but it might be a conflict of interest since you follow the developer. I mean, go wild. There are people who send me messages who are like, hello, I'm the developer of the game. I want you to play the game. And I say, let me take a look at it. So, yeah, I guess as long, I was going to say as long as you're not being paid money to come to my stream and say, Resorty, play this game, I'm cool with it. I think that's still true. It is absolutely still true because there are people who are paid money to send me emails to play their games. And I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that email version. But if people come to the channel and like, I don't know, what's the word, astroturf my channel with their advertising, it's not so good. Post on Discord, absolutely, Garrett. I appreciate it very much. I'll check it out after today's stream. Always glad to get suggestions. As long as people understand the suggestions they give for games, can't play them all, unfortunately. And a very long time ago, I gave up on trying to make everybody happy. There's just not enough time in my streaming life to play every game, and so we play the ones we play, and who knows, if you ask enough times, maybe I will eventually play Hearts of Iron. It is possible for sure. Volk Smurfing, good seeing you. Just back from live action roleplay, you played a troll. See, that's an excellent joke if it's actually a joke, because it means you're trolling in chat. But I've never done live action roleplay. I've enjoyed watching documentaries about them. The kind of thing I could imagine enjoying very, very much. Just never really got into. What's sort of like Dungeons and Dragons, but no dice and instead nerfed bats, I suppose. But yeah, I think it's great if adults have opportunities to play dress up and play games that involve imagining a little bit. I think so many of our imaginary games in the culture are ones that are directed towards children. And I think that video gaming and board gaming is a place where people can play pretend together in a very positive way. But there aren't too many live action kinds of play pretend games. Back when you were a kid, you're running around the jungle gym saying, "Oh, I'll be the valiant knight and you be the dragon," and that kind of drops away as we get to adulthood. One of my professors writes a lot about ideas of work and play in culture, and he thinks that adults are increasingly encouraged to play games. We're in an earlier period of American adulthood, say, not too many games. Now we're encouraged to play games in adulthood, but when it comes to playing in a free way, adults are still not encouraged to do that. So games structured with rules, yes. Free play, somewhat less so. So possibly things like LARP can let you do some of that. Hello, LSG. You're absolutely right, but it's good seeing you. Thanks for being with us again. So nice to see our first YouTube viewer of the day. Thank you, YouTube viewers generally, for being there as always. You're part of the community too. I appreciate it. All right, friends, I have now for you a little bit of show and tell. First, the tell part, I suppose. Yesterday, the big old hurricane came through, and it rained hard for about 30 minutes, and that was all. So the planned direct hit to Tokyo did not come to pass. What a good thing. Instead, it just brushed the edge of the coast and then continued out to sea off to go visit, I don't know, who's to the northeast of here? I might need to get a map out, I'm not sure, but there's a lot out there, I think. There's a lot out there. I guess Alaska? So honestly, I don't know what's the northeast of Japan at all. It might be Alaska and nothing in between. Anyway, good luck to the typhoon out there. Hope it has a good life. But as part of thinking about disaster preparation, I mentioned a few times recently that we need to start buying some kind of disaster preparation items, right? I've suggested a few times that we need to start getting our food and our emergency flares and all the rest. And then I recognized that I myself didn't even know where to start. But checking the mail yesterday in the middle of a rainstorm, I found this catalog. The green of the catalog, it's actually yellow, but it's a little upsetting to the green screen apparently. It is a disaster prevention gift catalog. You might say, Resorty, what do you mean a gift catalog? We have a sheet of paper that came with us that showed a calculation, and the calculation was based on how many adults, how many children, and how long we've lived in the ward. As a result of that, we have 6,000 points. And we may spend our 6,000 points on any of the things in this, how many pages? Like 45 page long catalog. Things like battery packs for 3,000 points. Over here, things like, I don't know, some light thing for 3,000 points. If we go deeper inside, what else we got here? Oh boy, it's bags and bags of food for 3,000 points. Absolutely. It's amazing. And in here are tents and emergency hard hats, and they have these one person. Here they are. These one person supply kits. So it's all of those things inside of one little bag, but the bag folds into an A4 size and goes on your bookshelf. So you have a fake book. My apologies for bad zooming. You have a fake book that has a bag inside of it that is full of all these things for only 6,000 points. This morning, Noms decided that we should spend our 6,000 points on one of these little it has everything bags, because she wants a little bit of everything, and that's delightful. I then said to her, did you notice, sweetie, it has only one pair of gloves and one overall protection suit? And she said, don't worry, you'll be fine. So I'm not sure where to spend our points on. But there are things in here that are hundreds of points that you can get for free if you have a bunch of children, a bunch of points you can save up, been in the ward a long time, and yeah, I did not know this thing happened. Today is the first time we've received it. We've lived in the ward now for about a year and a half. We probably just became eligible for the same, but I'm hopeful that this book will give us some sense of what kinds of things we should be buying for better disaster preparation. There's one thing, this thing right here I wanted to show because I didn't know this existed. Some of my Japanese colleagues have talked about saving up huge amounts of water in their home just before disasters came. And I knew that it was a standard move of filling one's bathtub, but some Japanese people don't have bathtubs. They have only showers, very common in the US also, I suppose. And so you can't do quite as effectively of filling a bathtub if the bathtub doesn't exist. So I thought, okay, maybe they're filling up buckets, maybe they're filling up some kind of like vases. No, you can get disaster preparation bags. They're like normal bags, but they can fill full of water. And then you can pile up these giant bags of water inside your house just before the disaster comes. That's so cool. That's absolutely so cool. Yeah. All these things I didn't know existed. Maybe I should take more photos of these and put them onto the Discord for you all, because I'm learning so much about things that I probably should know a lot more about. Wow! Apparently I can get 10 times 5, 50 AA batteries for 3,000 points, we have 6,000 points. You can do the math. We can get a whole bundle of batteries we want to for free. Unboxing when. I'm not sure what we're gonna get, but I think Noms really does want her own personal disaster kit, so we'll see. But I mean, that's such a cool thing. The longer I live in Japan, the more I'm just delighted and surprised by the kinds of things I find in the mailbox. Occasionally, it's a call to go to the local doctor's office for my yearly health checkup that I ignore, or it's gifts from the government in preparation for disasters. Cool. Anyway, there is the show and tell portion of the stream completed. I hope you enjoyed it. Resorty brand disaster prep. I actually do wonder. I wonder what would happen if they released some kind of disaster prep kit that had Hello Kitty on it, or maybe the signature of one of the big boy bands. Like, would this lead to a tremendous adoption of those kinds of things by families with younger women in them, stereotypically? I do wonder. I'm sure it's been tried. If it's a possibility of using the brands of popular Japanese products to get people to do things, I'm sure they attempted it already. There's the Rhino. No, so it does not have Disaster Preparation Rhino. Many of you will recall it's still sitting here. Disaster Preparation Rhino is the Tokyo-wide disaster preparation character. In this one, can I find him? Let's see here. So this one has Disaster Preparation Catfish. You might recall that the Japanese folk story of where earthquakes come from is a large catfish underneath Tokyo shifts around and moves the dirt. So I have absolutely no idea why the catfish in its free time decides to help us get ready for the disaster when the catfish also causes the disaster. I mean, it's like some kind of supervillain that wants a worthy foe. So there you go. All right, hope you enjoyed the show and tell. Friends, we have a few more minutes before it's time for video game time, and I've decided that I have a question to ask you all, and I have not looked into this at all, because I wanted to keep myself open, fertile, curious about the possible answers that you might give. So, as many of you know, I have recently obtained a soda stream, right? This machine that one can use to carbonate one's water, to not need to buy carbonated water. It's working great. I'm enjoying it so very much. Most evenings with dinner, I'm having my carbonated water and saving plastic and not spending money and so on, which is all to the good for sure. I've decided, by the way, that carbonated water for breakfast, not for me. I'm a still water man in the morning for sure. Anyway, the question is this. I now have this machine, and I enjoy using it for this purpose so far. But what else can I carbonate? Many of you said that you also have soda streams. Are there other liquids that you will carbonate? Can you take milk and carbonate it? Is this a done thing? Is there carbonated tea? This is a real question. I have not Googled it yet because I'm just curious. Pickle juice. Carbonated pickle juice. Carbonated liquor. Wait, are these real things? Like, are we just putting random liquids, like carbonate your dish soap? Or is it the case these actually have been tried? Like, I'm sure that some enterprising bar owner has tried to carbonate basically everything. But now I'm curious. I'm in fact curious, and I'm going to do a Google search with you all here to satisfy my curiosity about what else can I carbonate. Greg from How to Drink on YouTube, I love that, uses drink bait to carbonate all kinds of things, all the time. I got stuck on a repeating morpheme there. How to carbonate on YouTube carbonates all kinds of things, all kinds of time. That's amazing. So the content I was thinking about has already been made. You're not supposed to carbonate anything but water to clog the device. I actually don't know how it works, because the soda stream has, like a little stick. Where's that little stick? Here we go. Here, the little stick. I think I assumed that the little stick just shot air out. that the water didn't go into it? Or is it a case where even being wetted with something other than water would cause problems? I'm now wondering how small of a circle I can draw by hand here. Anyway, all right, so let's say that we're not like the old gray hairs. We're not gonna follow the rules because they're rules. So SodaStream, what can be carbonated? Apparently I'm not the first person to wonder this question. Only water yeah. Okay. 6 things you can carbonate with your SodaStream. Here we go. Taylor Martin of CNET, your guide to a better future. My better future includes more carbonation. If you're willing to bend the rules a bit, you can carbonate some of the favorite drinks as well. All right, orange juice apparently. I've had, what's it called? I know how to spell it, not how to say it. That. Lightly carbonated beverage made from carbonated water, citrus juice, and 2% orange pulp. Is this the kind of thing that we'll be making? Possibly. Noms likes this stuff quite a bit. So I don't want to break my SodaStream, but if I can make her happy, ... All right, it leads to more pulp in the orange juice makes carbonating more difficult. Orange juice carbonates more easily than water, which produces more fizz. Interesting. When moving the carbonated orange juice, expect quite a bit of pressure. You want to take it slow and release the pressure as carefully as possible. Make sure it's smooth, not with bits. The vast majority of Japanese orange juice I've seen here has been completely pulp-free. I assume you can get pulp somewhere, but Japanese people prefer to have pulpless. Number 2, coffee. Well, so honestly, this is what brought the question to mind. Yesterday morning, I was standing there with my mug of coffee, taking a little sip, and looking over at the soda machine and said, I wonder. Don't worry, I won't do any of this, I'm just curious. Carbonated coffee sounds weird, but it's actually existed both in the early 20s as Coca-Cola Black. It has actually existed both in the early 20s. This both is doing no work, I believe. Anyway, Coca-Cola Black, then a coffee-flavored Coke. Never heard of that. You can find coffee soda at World Market. None of that, though, is pure carbonated coffee. It's coffee added to pre-carbonated drinks. Try your own carbonated coffee. Blah, blah, blah. I love coffee. I don't love it carbonated. The pH level. All right, Mr. Science, let's settle down. Apparently, tea can be done also. Carbonated tea. See, that I haven't heard any of these being sold normally, like go to the grocery and buy your carbonated tea, makes me think it's probably no good in general. Friends, this is the case that a half hour, that's not true. Yeah, a half hour stream is completed, so the first ad break is coming right now. After that, we'll play our game, etc., etc. Cocktails. This is one already mentioned, so instead of putting fizzy water into one's cocktail, one could instead just put the cocktail straight through the SodaStream. Or wine. Oh, I guess sparkling wine is a thing. I guess that is the case. And so you just take wine and put it into the soda machine. I mean, my assumption is that sparkling wine is something other than just carbonated wine. Yeah? Oh, it's do-it-yourself champagne. Wait, sparkling wine and champagne are the same thing? Oh, champagne is one of those region of origin designations. It can only be called champagne if it's from Champagne. Right, okay. A biggest problem with carbonation is that carbon dioxide adds bitterness. So bitter drinks become too bitter. Got it. Okay. That makes a lot of sense, actually. And coffee is pretty bitter indeed. So what I'm hearing then is you need to sugar the coffee first and add milk, and then put it in the SodaStream. Various liquors apparently go crazy and be safe. This is the part that many of you are worried about. It's wise to clean out the SodaStream, as some liquids you carbonate can leave behind a stinky, gunky residue if left unattended for hours or days after carbonating. That makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. You need a nitrous blend? Okay, I know that there's been a movement in the past, I don't know, 10, 15 years to have like nitrous infused beer. I don't exactly know what this means, but I think it's often upsold. Instead of your beer being poured with, I guess, CO2, poured instead with nitrous, something. There's also a nitrous style of coffee, I think. And I think I tried it once. It was not. I couldn't tell the difference, honestly, but carbonated drinks tend to have a lot of sugar in them to balance the flavor. Oh, that makes sense. Makes sense. I am curious. I'm sure some of you Mr. Science out there could tell us the answer here, but what happens if I boil carbonated water? Do the bubbles boil out? Boiling it will probably get rid of the carbonation entirely. Okay. Interesting. I kind of want to do the science and see how warm it can get before I no longer taste the CO2 bubbles. I need to fund some lab to figure that one out for me. That makes sense though. Boiling the water doesn't hold the gases. Got it. In sparkling wines, carbonation comes from the fermentation process. With champagne, it's called, that's a French phrase. Interesting. Do not drink boiling water. I don't mean drink it at boil. I mean drink it and let it cool a little bit and see if you can taste it still. I'm just curious what I want to know. But maybe better trying to add cold water to a hot drink. Oh, I see, to avoid scalding oneself. I want to see, we have 1 minute of the ad left, then video game time, I promise. So champagne fermentation process. Is there a picture that will show me in this post-literate society? Okay, here we go. The traditional method, you get yourself some grapes, still wine. Something must happen between these things. Presumably no thank you. Presumably you like just mash them and get the liquid out, I'm guessing, and then like strain it, possibly. Then add Y and S, probably yeast and sugar. Still wine becomes liqueur de triage? Triage liquor, love it. Then carbon dioxide from fermentation is absorbed into the wine. Oh, so like when I make bread and I add yeast and sugar into the hot water initially, all those bubbles escape into the air. And so instead, you capture them somehow. Absorbed into the wine. Interesting. So it's made under pressure then, so that the bubbles don't escape to the sky, but instead go into the liquid? Then you riddle and disgorge. I know the word lees only because it's used in the crossword regularly. So you take the bottle and then you, I don't know, dump it out. So then a dosage, given more sugar and wine. Whoa. To create carbonated wine, you add wine. Pure poppycock. And then lastly, you cork and cage it. So obviously the last part here is high pressure, right? You'll shoot your eye out and so on. But the rest of this must be done without being under substantial pressure, because things are added into it. So is the thought that putting more sugar in at this point and then being sealed allows the fermentation reaction to continue enough to build the pressure back up? Is that true? Or am I making things up entirely? Because otherwise I don't understand where the pressure comes from. The last let's talk about how kombucha gets naturally carbonated during fermentation. I convinced Nom to make kombucha again. No, Nom's is let's do sourdough and SCOBY portion of her life is over. But she likes kombucha quite a bit. So maybe I can remind her for or get her some kombucha for her birthday upcoming pretty soon. We'll see. We'll see. Little sugar's bottling continues the carbonation. Wait, fermentation that carbonates is done under pressure, super high pressure. Okay, so I get that this part here, the bubbles created part, makes the pressure. But how do they have this thing explode off then? If the pressure is made here and then they add more things. Oh, is this one of those lid things that has like a very small aperture for like a syringe? So you could jam in a little bit more stuff without losing the pressure? Yeasty sugar produces ethanol and CO2. Okay, so there's another vote for unpressurized becomes pressurized. Okay. Is it going to take us to the factory?
Hi, everybody.
No. Okay. Where's the like go very fast part? How long is this? 6 minutes. All right, if I go to playback speed of double speed and then click through a lot. That's a bottle, good call. We have some grapes. We wash and mash those grapes. Beautiful. We then taste the pressed grapes. That's not very good. Then how does it blend? This is delightful. I see there are bottles with possibly nothing in it. I'm not sure. I like that the bottles are inverted though. I'm sure it's a very important part of the process, but who knows what it is. I'm sure she would tell us. Okay, so this thing we saw a moment ago as being the pressed wine that has been bottled, I believe. God. It is then left to be dusty for a while, possibly. Bien. All right, next up, here's how fermentation works. There's some bottles. They better not just be showing me a bunch of bottles. They must have mentioned they have yeast in them, they have sugar in them, you wait a while, and then there comes bubbles. Those bottles were clearly sealed though, so they are under pressure as fermenting. Fine. Next up is aging. There's words here that I can read. When yeast has consumed all the sugar available to it, if the yeast, as every self-respecting living organism dies, and starts to decompose. Wait, whoa, what's that? When yeast has consumed all the sugar available to it, good, understood. It, the yeast, as every self-respecting living organism dies, and starts to decompose itself. I believe this is saying the yeast is gonna die, and there comes bubbles. But something is very strange in the phrasing here. The yeast autolyzes? Are the lees dead yeast? Are the lees like just like corpses? I had no idea. I don't know what I thought they were. I guess I'd always heard described as something like the left behind processing of the wine. Huh, that's delightful. Wire Speed, thank you for the resub, my friend. As a self-respecting living organism, you shall just die. It's true enough. Thank you, my friend, for your generosity in the subscription. It's good to be with you, learning about this. So in baking bread, which again is my only roughly understood process, in baking bread, I believe the dead little buddies just get mixed in. I wonder how they change the flavor. Huh. Okay, on we go. Smells good, MK. Love the smell of dead things in the morning. Also, why is there a Freddy Krueger mask here? It suddenly feels very ominous in a way it didn't a moment ago. So vintage drinks are based on how long they're aged. Oh, sorry. Of course they are. I had a moment here of wine is vintage when nobody drinks it and becomes very old, assuming that all wine is sold as soon as it's ready. But of course, part of getting ready is sitting on the shelf, not of the consumer, but of the seller. Got it. So a year is non-vintage. 3 years is vintage. Delightful. Now the yeast is removed. So this is the turning over and shaking portion of the show, I believe. Yeah, there it is. This is the part where I want to understand how pressure works. Because at this point, it strikes me to get things out, you have to remove some pressure also. That would clearly do it. Are these me trade secrets? Are they not going to show us? Pupitres? Pupitres? Is that like pipettes, possibly? Let's see. Okay, so the bottles are upside down through a board. Remuage, riddling. Oh, that's then turning it around. Gyro pallets, turns them south. All right, we see a tremendous mess of cell walls there. I've become a reaction streamer, I apologize. Final touches. Have I watched this entire thing without learning the answer to the question? Well, friends, it's magic. I am displeased beyond words that I watched all that. It is clearly just magic, the end. Hey, I have a cute little notification on YouTube. What's that? New copyright content matches. Videos may be using my content. What? Ah, someone has been using the intro to Total War Warhammer 3. Clearly that's my content. This occasionally happens where a game developer does not claim the copyright of their own material on YouTube, and then YouTube assigns it to somebody else, and apparently I got it today. Who knows? Anyway, friends, I will not force you to tolerate any more of my what do I call it? My absolute ridiculousness in trying to find the truth of the world. Instead, it is time for some little game called Hearts of Iron 4. This is our last day of this playthrough, last day of playing this game. On Monday, we'll play something else, most likely Sins of a Solar Empire 2, though also it is possible that we could play Endzone 2. Just got the key for that this morning, so I'm not sure exactly. Wibble looked it up. The bottle's neck is plunged in a solution at approximately negative 27 degrees Celsius. This causes a frozen plug to form of all sediment gathered there. To remove it, the bottle's opened, which expels the plug thanks to the pressure built up in the bottle. Wibble, you should be making YouTube videos. That's amazing. So it's frozen to the point there's a plug that comes out. But just for a second. Very cool. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, friends. Yesterday, we managed to accomplish one of our real goals of a playthrough. Namely, as the United States, we managed to put down the Second Civil War. Today, I'm not exactly sure what we're doing, but I want to take a certain path of focuses in hopes of maybe possibly undoing one of my earlier errors. I had misread the tooltip on the focus tree as usual, and because of that, I was deeply confused about why I could not simultaneously take the let's be Democrats rebuilding the economy and also take the union line over here. Unfortunately, it's the case that good old Earl Broward, our communist agitator, can only go into government if we haven't passed Neutrality Act. I thought that was only the first time, but now we need to move him into and out of the government over and over again. My hope, though, is that going with the Ware group here, we do not know who they are, these people in the Ware group. My hope is that they are labeled as being communist figures. If we get one of them in the government, then we start passing pro-union policies again. That'd be pretty darn swell. We'll see what happens, though. Also possible we finish down this line, we may be able to change our ideological position from being a pure democracy to democracy plus the unions, etc. So we'll see. All right, very good. We have here, right, the conclusion of the Civil War. The Middle States rejoined us immediately, and so now we have a really quite large army that we probably don't need to have, but gosh, there it is. And we also have a whole bunch of economy that I myself have not assigned yet. We need to do that. There's a civil conflict in Mexico intervening on the side of democracy. That's probably true. The case, though, is that the fascists are being put down effectively, it looks like. So I guess I could join in. Am I allowed to join in? No, I'm not allowed to set my own war goals or even join wars until war tension is at 100%. Quick invade Canada, I have been considering it, but democracies do not attack democracies. And then also, as before, given my particular background, I'm not allowed to set up wars until we're at 100% war tension. Someone else has got to launch the war before I can do anything else. All right. We have currently, wow, 22 free factories. Because all the factories of the South and the Middle States are back with us again. For a while there, we were not making any tanks. For a while, they were making almost no trucks. For a while there, things were pretty dicey. As you see now, we need to get more infantry equipment made, but that will fix itself very soon. We need anti-air, anti-tank, artillery, etc. Yesterday when the stream ended, I had a sense that maybe we would not come back and do this work, but now we're going to try to go ahead and do at least some of this work. So, we need anti-tank, good. We also need the anti-air, I believe. I'm going to bring in the anti-tank on up. Have my artillery sitting together. I can't imagine anyone not organizing their different kinds of weapons together. But the idea of having, basic infantry, airplane, naval ship, airplane, it'd be too confusing. I like them all piled together. So anti-air is the one we need still. Go and grab that also. Yep, there it is. Very good. Rock Island to make it. Now Rock Island's with me again. Thank goodness. Makes sense to move at the very top and then go down closer to the top than the bottom. Okay, we still have 20 more to assign. So I'm going to go ahead and give 3 to each of the artillery lines. I said earlier I was going to try to start making more airplanes, because currently, where is it? Maybe not. I thought it would show here what I'm not making at all. It shows here though. So we actually are only needing fighters. It's not showing the close air support and so on we're not making. At some point we could try to make more of those, but clearly need more heavy tanks. I have one tank division out there right now. It's trying the best it can. I'm gonna go ridiculous though and go ahead and give 20 factories to my heavy tanks. And we also need to get so many more raw materials. We'll figure that out in just a moment more. This is flashing at me. If we want to, we can start making medium tanks also, but so far we've only gone to heavies, which I think is delightful in its own way. We're going to add 2 more tank factories, and then, I don't know, 1 more of those, and we'll look into that in a little bit. We're on pause for just 1 second. There we go. We still have free military factories. Just got an achievement called Transport Tycoon. I have 1,000 convoys saved up. Yeah, 2 more to go actually. We're going to do 5s at a time and try to get a few more on the infantry equipment line. With that done, We now have a bunch of civilian factories. Only 132 maxed out. Before the war began, we were at 170 some. What this means, I think, is that the southern states converted some of my civilian factories into military factories instead. So we could deconvert, or we can just try building up a little bit more. So we will do just that. Looking at places with 100% infrastructure, ideally, that have open slots, and just adding a little bit more there. We'll also work on expanding infrastructure some, if we can do so. And, yeah, hit infrastructure throughout. Who's up next? Who's up next? We've done the middle states pretty well. Let's go and do the northern Canadian border. Preparation for militarizing against Canada, we'll see. Hey, also, welcome back. Hello, Absinthe. Best part of ahistorical is watching the crazy stuff in the world? Absolutely. That said, the Kaiser has gotten a little bit greedy. At the very end of stream yesterday, we had a pop-up saying the German Emperor had demanded the return of Memel. So we might be getting a German-infused Second World War in today's playthrough. I thought the Germans would not be the origin, but then golly gosh, they are. Currently, no one has anti-air or anti-tank in their templates. We'll want to fix that. Also, I have so many army experience points to spend. I want to do those together. Okay, a bit of weirdness here. For a while during the Civil War, I was just throwing troops genuinely wherever. And that worked fine, but now in the post-war era, I need to figure out where my troops should actually be going again. Okay, the person in Central America here had a troop in Puerto Rico before, so we could look through and see who's the Puerto Rico group. I found that way too quickly. Had I not, I was going to just rename someone. So Puerto Rico group, you defend. That's not Puerto Rico. You defend Puerto Rico and also the Panama Canal Zone. Cool. Okay, so that part is done. Very good, very good. Past that, we have the force that we've called Washington's Wanderers. Wide variety of troops. Looks like the volunteer brigades that joined us as we liberated states have gone back to their homes. And I like that very much. Frankly, a wonderful thing. The Marines here require fuel. Why is that? Because they have recon companies driving around, helping them out. Washington Wanderer, I want you all to just be on the East Coast. So for right now, I'm going to set up defensive positions along the East Coast. One of these days, we may go attack somebody. I don't know. That group, good to go. They also have a level up on Wallace Simpson. So what is your level up here? We have 1 command power spend, better offense, or better equipment of, better ratio of equipment capturing. Let's take them additional items from the Canadians eventually. I feel a little awful saying we're going to attack the Canadians, but I need to be in a different war stance to do that. And Canada is part of the Allies, obviously. I wonder if Australia is still. So yesterday, Australia changed their laws to be fully independent of the British. Yeah, Australia is not part of the alliance anymore. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. Other troops we have include the Flyover States Friends, are people who were loyal to us all the way through and protected the mid-states. Is there any reason not to leave them piled up throughout the mid-states? I don't know. I think it'd be funny to have them... Wrong button. To have them keep an eye on the entirety of Canada. Will Canada mind this? Most likely they will. Is that a problem? Most certainly not. I want to go ahead and destroy the second line here. No one assigned to that. You all keep an eye on Canada for now. Can't be trusted. Can't be trusted. All right, lastly, we have a group over here. Right. These people were sent over to protect Los Angeles. They managed to do just that. Currently, the California Comrades have 2 troopers. We should get them more pretty soon. Also, Dwight D. Eisenhower has himself the ability to level up one time, better organization for everyone. It's 15 points. Next time we're at 15, we'll do that. Put an aircraft carrier in Lake Michigan. There was some game I played. It may have been Axis and Allies. Oh, where was it? It was somewhere Eastern Europe-ish that I bought some kind of ship and built it in a lake. It was stuck there for the rest of the game, but I thought it was the funniest thing ever. This because I was not a good player. I was a player who was amused with himself, and that was good. That was good for sure. Okay, it is now time for us to do the thing that many of you have wanted for a long time. Also, viewer Hard Drive put up an amazing meme yesterday in the Discord memes channel. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to show you this thing. I tend not to put random memes on stream, but this one is surely worth it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? This was so much of yesterday's streams. Just people coming by and demanding to see the Hearts of Iron 4 Division templates. Thank you for the excellent meme, my friend. I do appreciate it. Discord, best cord. Thank you. Alright, with that said, it is time to modify this. Hey Catman, Second Civil War went very well, thank you so much. Exists back when you used to live in Mongolia. That's very, very cool. You saw the Mongolian Navy, an old sailboat on the lake. Did you actually live in Mongolia? See, I feel like you have this set up for a joke. I feel like I've been bamboozled by your desire to make me smile. Oh, you. Okay, so first things first. Who do we have out there? Actually true, very good. Actually true. Who do we actually have out there in this big old group is a bunch of basic National Guards and some Marines. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the Marines first. Cool. So, I don't know how to think about Marines, but many of you like them very, very much, and they're cheap. I think there's some cap of how many we're allowed to have, but let's just get even more Marines. Their combat width is 24. Well, that's not an exact 20. I'm going to say it's pretty good. It's actually who knows. And then back here, let's give the Marines their very own anti-air. Design changes put us over the Special Forces limit. Okay, I don't know where I can see that, but I knew there was a limit. Alright, never mind on this portion. That is permissible. Good. So the Marines will begin getting anti-air weapons. We make some of those. Then basic infantry. I think I've been told that if one puts artillery at the front of this thing, that can be a useful addition. Then we also have support anti-air again, and a recon group. There aren't recon people on foot, unfortunately, but more trucks for you. And lastly, the field hospital. The Special Force limit is next to the division designer. I know it's here. Thank you much indeed. It's there. I was wondering if it's on the page here also. Artis, thank you that very much. I appreciate it. That looks good. 40 organization, combat width of 27. Looks perfect. Then my armored division. So this is the thing I care about most of all. I'm not sure we'll ever have one fully made, because so many tanks, but we'll see. Anti-air, and engineers, and tank recon, and so keep saying and logistics and spot for mechanics. All right, you then get more of everything. We can also make light tanks we want to. This is the heavy armored division. Is it beautiful? Or just put a line of heavy light tanks in front of it. No. Let's not do that. Okay. Awesome. Is that good? I have no idea, but I've made it. All right. Artillery division looking good. Basic infantry artillery, and also I forgot that I made a separate artillery infantry division, but I did do that. We want to add military police here. They're already added. So I still have a bunch of army experience points, having made all the changes I was planning on making. Not quite sure what we need to do then. Not quite sure. Okay, instead of having multiple of these groups, we just add more units here to make a few at the same time. Great. All right. Now we have a good tank division by mediums pivot to mechanized instead of motorized. What is... I'll have to look and see what the difference is. Let's see here. From mechanized to motorized. Make a truck-only unit. You can make anything you want to make, absolutely. I can't make bicycles. If you're playing as the Netherlands or Japan, you can make bicycles, but over in the US, disallowed. Alright, short on chromium. You will recall, make sure tank division has a combat width of 36. No. It's beautiful already, thank you. As many of you know, our true war goal is Cuba. That is because they have 151 chromium, and we'll never want for chromium again. In the short term, though, we have to start buying some chromium, unfortunately. So, -22, -6. We are currently making... Yes, we're currently making more tire factories. So we do just need chromium instead. Who's got it? South Africa, we're already buying quite a bit. Who has a decent amount, but does not require convoys? Nobody, actually. Absolutely nobody. So, Portugal has quite a bit. We need 22. They can give me 16. That's delightful. Finland, France has more. All right. With that, we should be positive, I believe. Swell. No template still for towed anti-tank. Huh. So I think we want to make an anti-tank division also. I'm going to have that be like the artillery division, but it becomes anti-tank instead. Now, last playthrough, though I made anti-tank and lots of other kinds of groups, I didn't do a great job of using them effectively. Instead, I kind of just threw them on any front and hoped for the best. There you go. Some tanks. Infantry. High organization. Let's do another line. We're spending the big time now. That's motorized. Towed anti-tank for everybody. Organization still above 30. It's beautiful. Very good. Can you see your tank design? Perhaps you missed an earlier moment of today's stream, namely 10 minutes ago. I should save this image and get it more ready to hand, shouldn't I? Very good. Bring me some anti-tank units at once. I'm so glad to have our economy up and going again. For a while there, I was feeling like we'd never quite catch up again. But that looks good. Lots of troops being made. We then have more research. So, a moment ago I was thinking of doing some kind of research. It was military police, maybe? No, it was logistics. Which I mean, maintenance company. That's being made already. Good. It is 1939. Let's improve our engineers. We all dig in a little faster with modern equipment and high explosives. That's great. Okay. I could probably modify some division designs, but for right now, nah, I'm good. Let's go ahead and spend some points on land doctrine then. Or possibly on special forces. Marines are naval experience, of course. My apologies. Okay, next up is mobile defense. All infantry, motorized, and mechanical get bonus defense. We like that. And then dispersed support or integrated support. Either way, they come back together here. So, dispersed support, more defense on battalion, artillery, and more recovery on artillery. Overwhelming firepower, more attack on line artillery. Over here, a better soft attack on support. And then regimental combat teams. So these are all the companies on the left-hand side of the designer, I believe. Defense for our support friends seems fun to me. Oh, can't afford it. It takes 100. We only have 88. All right, next up, as promised, it is time for me to get some air planes created because Amelia Earhart is currently fighting on our behalf. Great. Union of Celestia, hello friend, how's it going? Hope you're having a very good day today. Thanks for joining the channel. Alright, so Amelia Earhart is a fighter ace right now. I wonder if she got any experience points during the war. I was very bad at using the fighters effectively. Or is she not? We can train her outside of combat, of course, if need be. But there she is. She picked up, what percentage is that? 8%. Very good. Amelia Earhart, let's get training. Wee-oo. Time to get her a better fighter, though. So, let's go to this here. Playing as USA is boring until 1941. Well, buckle in, partner. You got 2 years. YouTube chat's my favorite chat. Yeah, I like YouTube chat very much. We're gonna do right. Better airplanes, better fun. All right. Do I have an upgraded airplane thing? Is basic small my newest? Let's check and see. We're actually working on upgraded one. So we'll hold off till that's finished and then make better ones for Amelia Earhart. We'll go and work on our medium airframe upgrades instead until the other one is done there. Okay. So, airplanes are fun. These mediums look different. They're all a little different looking. So 40 people, 40 people, 40 people. All 40 people. Down here is the new one though, I think. I believe you're the new one. Let's make a new one of you. The B-23 Dragon. All right. I know that many of you have said that closer defense, closer support, CAS, can't go on mediums. Instead of a tactical bomber is fun. Okay, we have a tactical bomber now. I'll give it more of the same, filling up entirely with more and more bombs. Everyone gets bombs, endless bombs. There we go. What do we call you? Do I feel like I understand the game? I believe that yesterday someone made the nice jokes. Congratulations, after 80 hours of play, you may now call yourself a beginner. That feels right to me. I feel like I understand the game enough to interact with it. In the same way, when you're learning how to drive a car, the very first step is, if I want to accelerate, I push that pedal. If I want to stop, I push that pedal. Right? I don't understand what's happening once I push the pedals. I don't know when I should push the pedals. I just know there are pedals. So that's how it goes. I feel much more competent in all the other Paradox games except for EU4. But in Hearts of Iron, I feel like I can play the game on my own and get some things accomplished and have fun. I think my first day and a half of playing this game, I wasn't having fun because I was trying to adjust the mirror up here on the car and hope that we'd go faster. That was the issue before. All right, what do we name our basic medium airframe bomber? Let's see here. Bombs for breakfast. Open wide, Canadians. Very good. All right. Here comes a radio. We have radio 2 actually. Radio 2. Here comes bomb sights. Only one for all the bombs. And defensive turrets to protect our bomber thing. Them heavies. The design cannot have more than 2 medium bomb bays. Insert joke here about India. That's a shame. I was having a good time putting in more and more. We give them naval bomber weapons, I suppose. Now we're a little overly heavy. We are no longer overly heavy. Good. Or should I give it fighter weapons instead? Is that permissible? Like heavy machine guns. Can you protect yourself that way? No idea. No idea. That looks good though. We have one more special feature to put in. Flying boat. I've never heard it called that before. Flying boat. Why can't it be a flying ship? So more fuel tanks. More weight, more range. What's my reliability? 80%. Do any of these increase reliability? Or is 80% all you can get on a ship like this one? Did I restart USA game? So Awesome Pie Food, we did restart 2 days ago, I think. But we've managed to finish the US Civil War. So we are post-Civil War, just trying to have a good time on today's stream. Getting ready to attack somebody, working on communism, etc. Having a really good time, though. It's good seeing you, for sure. Range seems important. But we're now overly heavy again. And we already have the biggest possible engines, so... Alright, alright. We'll be a little lighter. So, we put the armor thing on. We'll leave an open slot, that's fine. My friends, I give you the Bombs for Breakfast Basic Medium Airframe. It's beautiful. We'll call it a medium ship. There it is. And we currently have no free factories. But I know full well that we don't need as much special equipment, nor quite that many infantry equipment made. Very good, very good. So we can move here. Let's try to aim for 3 for that for now, and we'll aim for 3 on the basic small also. Okay. Making some airplanes. I still have so much air experience. Did I spend any? I must have. Huh. Maybe it's much cheaper to change designs than I realized. Because I've been trying to amass huge amounts. Well, if nothing else, we can use that air experience to choose one of the special features for our Air Force. Which of these most helps Amelia Earhart herself? Probably fighter increase is huge. So fighter detection goes up. This one's called strategic destruction of bombing enemy factories. This one's battlefield support, close air support, or tactical bombers. So none of these are about fighters in particular, unfortunately. Fighters will do their own thing, maybe. This increases interception, and I believe that good old AE will be doing interception stuff. So, better interception. Combat or long periods of flying is exhausting, but by swapping in fresh force whenever possible, we can reduce errors due to pilot fatigue. We need to have a clone of Amelia Earhart. I like it very much. The workers prevail in the Second American Civil War. After months of bloodshed and untold thousands of casualties, the Second American Civil War has come to an end. The attempt by the southern states to secede has failed. Again. Many observers point to the parallels to the First American Civil War. Once again, the industrial might of the northern states has proven superior over southern determination. Occasionally a user comes in and everything is perfect. Over on the YouTube, hello, the South guy. having defeated the South being defeated. Hello, South guy. The government of Franklin Delano Roosevelt now faces the difficult task of reintegrating the breakaway states back into the U.S. With 2 uprisings only 80 years apart, many in the government are pushing for much harsher punishments on the rebels than after the First War. At long last, though, it is over. Do we get decisions to help us? Oh, the rebelling state Senate and House. Wait, the House is back together. They didn't get their senators back, though. Interesting. So is there anything to bring the South back in? I don't see any such thing right now. Also, now that Germany has gone fully empire, I want to bring the German scientists to join us to help with more research speed. But that will require even more political PowerPoints as usual. Making old equipment, that is my 2 super heavies, and I believe that is all right now. We're only making these 2, then they'll stop, then we'll get new super heavies made fairly darn soon. Other than that, everything is all brand, all new, all good. Have we researched Project Paperclip? No Werner von Braun for me, thank you. Unneeded entirely. So I believe this is the jump from motorized to mechanized. Is that right? Yeah. So mechanized, I've been told, is a better kind of recon to use, or perhaps just better in general in our divisions. The xylophone? I can research the xylophone? Alright, it's a special kind of rocket, I believe. Requires research in the M8 rocket. Is that you down here? It is. No rockets quite yet, unfortunately. In infantry, we're already working with 1940 technology. Can't do more Marines, unfortunately. A Bard tank indeed, I love that. Presumably to bring the rebelling states back in line. We'll go ahead and hit the next level military police, if that's at all needed. Actually curious, can we see compliance down here? Yeah, despite the fact these states broke off, they seem to not really care about not being part of the state anymore. The Confederacy of the American States still has Georgia as a core state. Where did they retreat to? Where is the exiled government of the Confederacy? Hungary renounces the Treaty of Trianon. Italy has joined Hungary. What's that mean? Has joined Hungary. Is the Pact of Rome possibly? Not sure. We're missing light tanks. Didn't realize I put light tanks somewhere. I've checked actual Georgia. From one Georgia to another Georgia. So I know that Georgia in the U.S. is named after one of the Kings George. Anyone know what Georgia in Asia is named after? I assume it's not a King George also. I put light tanks support the heavy tank division. Thanks for catching that. In that case, may I use supportive heavy tanks instead? Or can you only use, let's say only lights. That's fine. Let's get some light tanks made to support the heavy tanks. More tanks. So is other Georgia in Eastern Europe, or is it in Asia? As I said before, like, I know this line is the cutoff, and so I'm guessing George's on this side, but I don't quite know how it goes. It is St. George. Very cool. I assume that St. George is of dragon slaying, and so he mattered more over here. I don't realize he mattered over here also, but Georgia's far from the Urals. Okay, I apologize. Because of recent events, I know it's like Ukraine here. Let's see. Hot or cold? Hot or cold? Is this spot right here Georgia? It's not St. George, it's folk etymology. We don't know. That makes a lot more sense exist. I was just confused about St. George here. Warm, it's down. It's west of the Caspian. Here? Here? Georgia? If I click in, it's called Kalmykia and Dagestan. Warmer. West of Azerbaijan. Alright, no, we're good. Oh, here it is. Hey! You know what? If you scroll in, the game will tell you things. There's Georgia. I didn't know this was actually a waterfront. I thought it was landlocked. Oh, very cool. There it is. Tbilisi. I should remember that. Tbilisi is the capital of Georgia. Has some lovely vowels, and so it's often in the crossword. Very good. Thanks for the help. Thanks for helping me, folks. Now we know things. And knowledge is power, etc. All right. Am I able to make light tanks that are not very, very, very old? With the M2A2. How old are you, I wonder? Probably pretty old. I did not modify that. I should look and see how they can be modified first before we just throw it out as such. Light tank chassis. Here we go. The M2A2 obviously needs a larger turret. Obviously needs, what are you currently? A main armament looking like that thing. A heavy machine gun. There's no level 2-1, that's fine then. A basic radio. Upgraded radio. Heavy machine gun. Is there an upgraded heavy machine gun? Looks like no, so we'll stay with that. Down south, we'll upgrade the chassis if possible. Tracked or non-tracked? Let's do tracks. Christie suspension. Makes me think of Governor Christie every single time. Oh, there's a button here to upgrade everything. We already did so. Alright. I'm gonna give it more engine power, being even speedier. Get even more armor also to be harder as well. My light tank is gonna go so slowly. Wow, that killed the reliability. That killed the reliability in a real hurry. What ammunition storage brings back the reliability? Good, up to 72. Let's go down in armor a little bit. Just a little bit. And it goes down also. No more overclocking. There's your 98.7. That is beautiful. That is beautiful indeed. Alright. I know that researching the newer chassis for tanks in single player is worse than producing base ones forever. I can only have one wet storage apparently. I'm absolutely okay with playing the game worse if it means I'm allowed to research newer things. Totally fine with getting some things from 1940 that are bad. As opposed to just like sitting in past because it's the right way to play. Didn't change the name. Didn't change the name. That needs to be changed. Let's see here. So you are Shoot McGee. A fine American name for a fine American tank. There we go. We're gonna steal a factory from what? Support equipment again. And move it down to here. Just the one. Someone else stole it, apparently. It's stealing from here. Where does it keep going? I've gotten down to bomber now. There we go. We're now making light tanks also. That should heal our problems. Airplanes are still an issue. Someday. No reason to shoot him with Gavin. That Bob Barker, I'm onto him. Our one spy, codename Wolf, Virginia Hall the Wolf. Earlier we had her spying on the Confederacy, but at this point the Confederacy is defeated. So who's time to spy on? I mean, Cuba is my great desire. Democratic Cuba. Let's go learn all about you. Your fine Cuban cigar making. It's gonna be good. A little low on rubber still. We have not quite got these made yet. Alright, I'm not going to intentionally pause the game until the rubber's made. So we have more factories. Add that to little tanks also. I'm going to ask to try to get 5 there ultimately. We have some unassigned divisions. No pausing. They are Tropic Lightning Infantry. I'm going to add them to the force that prepares to invade Canada. Canadian troops have moved forward. Where are your Mounties? Bring me your Mounties. Also, we have Springfield Armory, our basic infantry upgrade. Over here we can choose better breakthrough or better breakthrough and cost more. Always with the cost more. always. I'm sure there's good decisions to be made of should we actually choose the more expensive version of anything. The answer is probably no. Missing 2 support equipment in the garrisons. They're getting made right now, no problems. Everything is fine. Aight. Please stop flashing at me. Build the Pentagon! The Pentagon hath been built. That allows us to have additional command power. I am positive I'll get confused. Is that right? War Department. The Pentagon says, yeah, 10% more planning speed, actually. I apologize. The War Department is the increased command power. So we can continue on to the Department of Defense if we want to. Command power comes even faster. I do very much want to get main battle tanks for tank destroyer fun, which I mean the tanks are doing the destroying, not the tanks are being destroyed. But this, I believe, is my only possible way of going that might get us communism our time. So let's go talk to the Ware Group. There exists a small group of devoted communists inside our government. They believe that they operate in secret, but we know their names. Perhaps they could see that our goal align. Perhaps they could see that our goals align and could be persuaded to join the government. Harry White, Victor Perlo, and Whittaker Chambers. Does anyone know who were the Ware Group? Why were they called the Ware Group? Did they work at a ware store? Hardware store? I normally would Google, but I think I've already done enough chatting about other things and playing with Google regularly today. So I'm going to try to lessen that than previously. Okay. M1 Thompson's old also. Up it goes to be better M1 Thompsons. Great. It was run first by someone named Harold Ware. Is it run in the sense as Harold Ware was the handler from the Soviet Union? Arsault and Absinthe, let's chill a little bit. I appreciate the a vibrant conversation, but it's getting a little bit Hearts of Iron 4 directory in here. And if anything, I will not have my channel become Hearts of Iron 4 directory. Maintenance companies! Maintenance companies! Alright, now I'm allowed to modify my armored division to add in a maintenance company not gonna break down. What's that actually do? It gives 5% reliability. So my tanks, I believe, are at 100% reliability. As such, it might be worth trying to modify my tanks to have a little bit less reliability and a little bit more shoot power. Where is shoot power? At the bottom here. Oh, but friends, it is time for the most exciting portion of the stream week. I've been waiting for it all week, and now it is time. 3-minute ad break is coming. 3-minute ad break is coming. It is now time for the once a week attempt to do the fastest ever crossword. Whew. Welcome to the Friday mini puzzle. Last week we hit 16 seconds also. That's not true. 2 weeks ago, we hit 16 seconds for the second time. Start on the downs. We think starting on the downs might be better. All right, we're gonna start on the downs today. And today will be a day that the starting on the downs is the wrong way to go. We'll see. All right. I will not be reading, so hopefully you can read the tiny little letters yourself. Not making any promises. Under 30 seconds, we can do that. Okay. back to the game in just a moment. Here we go. That's wrong. Serves. Oh God. Oh God, it's all wrong. It's all wrong. All right, we're not getting it today. The Beehive state is Utah, not Ohio. The minute I made that mistake, it's all over. It's all over. It's all over. Just slightly. Just slightly. Oh boy. Oh, it's tweak. Oh. Artery is the aorta. Float in midair is hover. Structure of barn swimming in mud is the nest. So swoon was actually right. Oh, I see what happened here. I thought swoon was wrong because I read this as gets goo goo eyes, which means it would end with an S. But no, swoon was right. Beehive state was wrong. When I got here and saw country Gorbachev, I immediately knew it was USSR, but I had an O there. So like, okay, what countries are there that start with O and are 4 letters? Oman? Did Gorbachev run Oman somehow? All right. Well, maybe next week. Maybe next week it'll all work out. Yeah. If I knew vexillology, it would definitely been Utah. Let's go and look at the flag of Utah, I suppose. But yeah, had I seen one across first, I would have gotten USR. I don't think I would have gotten tweak there. I would have gotten aorta immediately. Hover's a possibility. I wonder if it's worth going for one across, then all the downs. Because having that one across is so strong. In the last bit of the ad break here, we're going to look at the flag of Utah. I think Ohio's flag is just like some red, white, and blue thing. All right, it is a beehive. How nice is that? The beehive flag is the official flag of the U.S. state of Utah. Horizontal tricolor, regular bands of blue, white, and red. Oh, it's a new flag. It's a new flag. Oh. News of March. What was the prior flag then? Oh wow, Mormon pioneer flags. Fascinating. So I guess this was the first flag of that area. Okay. Whoa, the Utah Territory flag. Wow. I want more flags like this. I want more flags that have a beautiful design as opposed to, powerful design. I am all about this flag. My goodness. Then kind of plain territorial flags, getting that U.S. flag going. But again, the beehive is part of that. 1927. Okay, so variants here. Last, which is very tiny, this one. I regret zooming in. I regret pushing the zoom in button. Can we find the middle? Oh boy. All right. So, so until this year, this was the flag of Utah. It was so tiny before. All right, now it's the right size. Yeah, I definitely did not know this flag at all. Industry, though, is their motto. I knew that one for sure. And then it jumped forward to this. I mean, I guess it's a demilitarization of the flag. Like, definitely that is like the screaming eagle or whatever. Now, the eagle and the arrows is a more militaristic flag. But it feels strange to me to see a flag that focuses on the geography. Yeah, it's something it's just different. It feels to me like more of a tourism flag as opposed to a state flag, I think. Don't get rid of the seal because it's way overused. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I like the mountains here. That's pretty cool. I like that. Pretty cool. All right, many of you have suggested other flags are even better. The flag of Maryland might be very good. Arsalt's asking, is Hearts of Iron game when I'm going to play here off on the stream? Today is the last day of Hearts of Iron. We'll come back to it at some point sooner or later. Riz, please show Maryland. I am, I swear. Yeah, we will play more. Oh, right, it's this flag. We will play more Hearts of Iron in the future, just not anytime soon. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. We don't live in the Middle Ages. I'm not loyal to some king somewhere. It looks overly Catholic to me. It's the heraldic banner of Cecil the Second Baron Baltimore. Is this what you think of when you think about your states? It's a little delightful. That said, I'm surprised that this flag was not struck down at the time of the revolution. I'm really quite surprised. Yeah, so first, proprietor of Maryland. Proprietary colony, I love that. I love that a family just own a whole colony all at once. I wonder if during the revolution they got rid of the flag. Let's see here. The state stops using the colors following American independence, but were reintroduced in 1854. So yes, indeed, they did throw it out and then brought it back in. Let's see. Huh, they don't show the in-between flag. They made us use the US flag then. Fascinating. Oh, the pro-union people used this banner during Civil War. The Crossland banner used by pro-Confederate Marylanders during the American Civil War. So it is a post-Civil War, an antebellum unity flag. That's fascinating. I wonder what the meaning of the Crossland border is. They're seen as secession colors. Secession colors. It is indeed an Orthodox cross, but I believe it's the case that Maryland is named after the Virgin Mary, as opposed to Queen Mary. Is that true? Am I making up things about Maryland right now? Let's see. Naming. Calvert. Initially called the name Crescitania, the land of growth or increase, but the king proposed Terra Maria, Maryland, which is accepted. This was in 1632. That is before the Church of England broke off. Is that correct? If so, I'm going to say Virgin Mary all the way. Let's see here. Kings of England. I apologize. I know we need to play video games here, but all right, looking for 1632. In particular, who was the Queen of England at that point? Oh, it said there, Henrietta Mary of France. Well, she's named after the Virgin Mary. It's named after a French Mary. Was she the queen then, possibly? Let's see. First of all, is 1632 before or after the... Oh, it's after, because Thomas More is Reformation. I'm sorry, my knowledge of history is cringe-worthy at best. Terribly sorry. House of Stuart comes in. So it was Charles I. Sorry about your head and so on. Man, there's a really good video on YouTube about the English Revolution, in which I don't remember who the actor is, but he plays Charles I so effectively. Now, this is me as an American liking it, but I'm not sure. Okay, so yes, indeed, 2 years later, shortly after his session, he married Henrietta Maria. So Maryland is named after this nice woman. Hello, are you Catholic? Tell me you're Catholic. What is your Royal Basilica? Basilica? So it is indeed Catholic, which means she is named after the Virgin Mary by transitivity, QED, etc. Excellent. Just briefly, YouTube English Revolution. Can I find the video quickly? No. I'm not going to be able to find it quickly, and so I'll need to find... I'll find it offline and post it on Discord for anyone who cares. It is really, really good, though. Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure. Anyway, there's a desire to see the Virginia flag also. One last flag, and then we'll get back to our video gaming. One of the best flags, of course, is... I love it. Best flag, of course, is California, which you'll see in the Fallout series as a mutant flag. Here you are, team. Death, thus always to tyrants. Holy moly. The Lady Liberty, I assume, is striking down the tyrants. Did Jefferson design this thing? Anybody know? I know that Jefferson designed basically everything. Let's see. Richard Henry Lee, George Mason, George Wythe, and Robert Carter Nicholas. So Richard Henry Lee. Of course, we must now reference here the 1776 musical, in which there's a song about Richard Henry Lee that uses lots of Lee words about how great he is, how he lived his life nobly and heroically. And don't forget, Richard Henry Lee. Absolutely fantastic, all about it. Because I mentioned it also, the flag of California. It has a bear on it. Do you like a bear? There it is. Bear-based flags, always good. Now, see, as soon as I see flags that will start talking about the bears and so on, I start thinking, oh, but they're flags with assault rifles on them, right? If you look at the flags of the world, they're amazing. What is the only country in the world that has a non-rectangular flag? Anyone know? There's one place as a non-rectangular flag of the nations, I should say. Nepal! You knew it! Nepal flag! It's great! Look at this thing! That's their national flag! Wait, the Swiss flag is non-rectangular? More than a few of you are saying the Swiss flag. I'm pretty sure it's rectangular. It's a square. Math friends, say it with me. A square is a specialized version of a rectangle. Who's math guy today? I'm math guy today. Yes, math guy. Isn't this amazing though? This is truly, truly amazing. I don't know what the insignias mean, but I'm just delighted there's a non-rectangular flag out there. You missed the Ohio flag? I was only talking about national flags. The flag of Ohio, though. It's a math question because Switzerland's a big plus. I hate you so much. I love you, but I also hate you. Yeah, this is fun. It's like a pennant. Like somebody won the Baseball World Series. How great is that? That's fun. All right. Having now spent about 20 minutes on the detour to Flagville, if you're still here, gosh, I appreciate it. Oh no, my Twitch page just crashed with a message, status access violation. What's that mean? Let's refresh and see if it fixes itself. If not, we got some real problems. We're back again. Status access violation. What does that even mean? Because the nudity on the flag. Oh no, we've been banned forever. Oh no, I've lost my source of income and all my friends. Government serves our Virginia flag. As long as the nudity is not the focus of the stream, it's permitted. That seemed like it may have been the focus of the stream for a moment there. Friends. Thank you for a very nice day. This is a fun Saturday stream. I'm loving it. Hope you are too. We should probably do more airplane stuff. So we've already upgraded our machine guns and such for Amelia Earhart up through 38 or so. I don't think anything else here would help her personally, except for maybe more better engines. Incorporating advanced features like methanol injection, automatic mixture, the engine's able to put out significantly more power. Very good. Access violation is some video acceleration issue. Interesting. I don't know what those words mean, but good to know. Grumman aircraft. Somebody know. There are so many different companies we can use here. And I'm guessing they all have their own special perks. And I don't know how to think about any of them. We're definitely not making naval aircraft right now. And this is an engine. So here, I'll help the heavy aircraft level up some. Let's see how that goes. Low manpower at 200,000. Our manpower right? We are still a disarmed nation. If we want to, we can get some volunteers and invite some people to join the military gradually. Our economic setup is early mobilization. That's as far as we can go right now on that. So, yeah, if we want to spend political power on conscription, volunteers it is. That said, once the Ware group is with me, I believe I can then get our communism back. We have how many more days here? Still about 30 days. Unfortunate. Better machine tools. Welders are gonna be welding. Unlock it, unlock it, unlock it. In the 39 line, we can also increase our industry. Factories work even better. The economy is really coming online in a big way. Getting more rubber made. Earlier, we were -6 on rubber. We are now -5. Number goes down. Also, explosion! Something just happened. King Zog submits to Italy. A while back, we read about King Zog, and he had a very fancy white uniform. But he's abdicated after realizing the futility of resistance. Albania is now in a personal union with the King of Italy. Wow. Almost 30% war tension. At 30% war tension, I believe it's the case that the US gets access to some new abilities. I don't recall what it is, though. And my flipping ideology here, we're intending to do Heischel. I may have made a slight mistake that makes that not possible. But we'll see, we'll see. 151. If I were to spend 150 points... No, that's not true. It is 150. There's no way I'd get another 150 by the time the Ware group finishes. And we need our 150 for putting them in government, I believe. Airplanes, airplanes, airplanes. Maybe someday. Old battleships. Someday. Are we in the World War yet? We're not. Because Hitler was killed by the Empire. Kaiser Bill's back. He'd been making claims on Memel and such, but we'll see what comes of that. Alright, free dockyards. Which means I have my first super heavy made. Which means it is now time for us to modify our super heavy again. Okay. Upgrade all modules. Can't do. Oh, right. The reason we can't increase its size is because we're currently under the auspices of a naval treaty. I can leave the treaty. Now, I have no real grounds for doing so, other than wouldn't it be fun to make even better super heavies? After we get the Ware group in power, we'll then upgrade this thing again. For now, though, one more semi-upgraded super heavy. Just the one. Just the one, please. Cool. Okay, so I'm in 1941. At 2 years per super heavy. Also, we need screen ships. We need screen ships because Chester Nimitz's mighty naval group here has far too many battleships and far too few screens. But now we have Here Comes Freedom for the first time ever. The cruiser's not a screen either. Let's continue dumping more and more, especially heavy ships in old Chester's group here. So I want to move you all into that group. We just pull it over here. Nope. How do I select you and you to combine? You and you. Those are submarines. I try again. You and you, actually. There we go. Combine it for more heavies. If I need screens, we're making cruisers. I believe that cruisers function as screens. They're a very old ship that they will protect Chester anyway. These are submarines. Send you to a subgroup here. Awesome. Looking good. 2% war support. So earlier, people were enjoying the war because they wanted very much to get the South back in line. Light cruisers are screens, heavy cruisers capitals. Heischel, thank you for that. I think I'm making light cruisers. It's called just cruiser. So is cruiser a light cruiser or a heavy cruiser? It's the 1936 kind. If we go to research page, we can see what kind it is, I'm guessing. 1936. Yeah, I'm not sure, unfortunately. I think is this a Sousa March? Or is not quite peppy enough for Sousa. We do like John Philip Sousa very much on this channel. Light cruiser screens, heavy cruiser capitals. All right. The question is, in Ray, the 1936 cruiser hull, is it light or heavy? That's my confusion. I see heavy ship versus this. The blue rhombus indicates as a heavy. Got it, thank you. That helps very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Cat. So, it's in the design, not in the type. And here, those are clearly heavies. Clearly heavies then. So I want to modify your design to be a non-heavy. The early cruiser is non-heavy. Let's take the one we're currently working on, which is Nolan's class, and try to make it non-heavy. So, what makes it a heavy ship? I'm guessing one of these things we identified as you are now a heavy ship. Here we go. It's this big old gun. Become the capital ship. Alright. Let's give you a medium battery instead. Heavy Cruiser 2 disallows that. That's fine. And so this also needs to be a medium battery. Okay. And then it becomes a non-capital. There we go. There we go. Okay. Give it some anti-air also. Give it a sonar or radar. Let's give it the radar. What's that do then? Better detection of ships above water, not below water. Now we hit the upgrade button. We save it, non-capital. There we go. So I'm going to replace you with the upgraded new non-heavy Nolans. There it goes. All right, right cruiser being made. Also now, we have new advisors we can hire. Are you communists? Unfortunately not. Okay, so my clever idea to use the Ware group to get us back into communism is not quite doable. If we go to USSR, US Economic Cooperation, we just get a research group between us. Unholy Alliance. We get the US joins the Fourth International. That might be what I need to switch our ideology over. We can also try to end monarchism and destroy the king in the UK. For now, though, let's be friends with the USSR because now Trotsky's in charge there. Despite its chaotic and bloody birth, the Soviet Union has achieved remarkable progress in building a modern industrialized society. We should do our part to help them. That's right, trying to do some soft power engagement with a former enemy. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? With the giant pile of political power then, I can now withdraw from the naval treaty. I'm guessing that would cause additional world tension and probably make Britain and Italy, I think, very angry. The United Kingdom issues a stern warning. The British ambassador to our country has today called upon Franklin Delano Roosevelt to deliver a note from his government. They're watching our continued naval expansion with grave concern and now consider our navy a destabilizing factor in the region. Not a good accent. Should we continue the current program of naval expansion? Note continues, the British government will be forced to consider all possible measures. We'd like to not see what those are obviously a bluff. The UK is allowed to attack me then. So either we say disarmament forever, or we are going to build up our navy. Obviously, we're going to build up our navy. Immediately, the UK is now able to attack me, I believe. Maybe not yet. Maybe not yet. If I join the allies, I'd probably stop it. For now, the sleeping giant is just fine, thank you. Alright, so now I would like to modify the super heavies to be even more super heavy. Here we go. Here we go. Should probably have some anti-air. You know what? I'm actually have the big heavy slots be more and more super heavy. And then we'll put anti-air the smaller ones here. Another battery, dual purpose, anti-air and also light attack. Or we don't believe in further anti-air. That's good. This special friendship, the special relationship will return someday. For now, they're getting in the way. Radar online. Also, more large batteries. Designed too expensive. We only have 17 points? Oh no. I got so excited pushing all the buttons that I didn't realize we have almost no naval experience. Alright. Well, that's kind of sad. Here have a radar. Here have one more big gun. Here have one more big gun. That's all we can do for now. Alright, so once this one's finished, we'll then start building more. That said, to get additional naval experience, Chester, it is time to go into the field once more, my friend. More practice. That's good, that's good. Hello, Brewdog, welcome back. I got just stuck watching how to make fruit wine videos. That was the opening question today. Actually, the opening question today was, is it okay if I put non-water into my soda stream? Can I make, like, fizzy orange juice or fizzy coffee? And that led us eventually to how does one maintain the pressure in champagne when you take out the lees? Fascinating questions. Most importantly, though, we have better airframes for old Amelia Earhart. Finally made. I have some naval experience. Can I upgrade this thing to the improved small airframe? You are a fighter. There are probably reasons to give our fighters fewer machine guns, but I always just strap on all of the machine guns possible, which I'm guessing removes agility to the point that it's a bit of a what's it called, glass cannon mage build, and I guess it's okay. So 2 cannon, 2 heavy cannon. Wait, no, I put wrong thing here, I apologize. I want to have 2 light machine guns also. 4 lights. 4 lights, 4 heavies, and 2 cannon. As of right now, it's 2 heavy. Is it now functional? It's now functional. What else does the Amelia class want? They want a radar, obviously. Hey, Grossin, good seeing you. What else do they want? Some defensive turrets. Those are useful in fighting. Interception's called. They're not useful with that. Instead, what we want. Better fuel tanks, better air defense. Don't want to get shot in the fuel tank. And then lastly, what do drop tanks do? More range. There we go. Alright, this right here, the Air Cobra. No. It's the Amelia class fighter. It looks like a biplane. Can't have that. Look a little bit more contemporary, please. And there you go. We've upgraded our fighters. Awesome. Can't wait to use those then. You think of putting engines on machine guns as opposed to machine guns on a plane? I love that. I love that so much. Engines on a machine gun. I don't get other ways. Machine guns on an engine. What matters more is the machine gun, not the engine. Italy and Bulgaria are exchanging technology. Hopefully it'll help them stay at peace. We'll see. And the Japanese People's Republic has joined Communist China. What does that mean in this context? Is it a faction? They're part of the mutual assistance bloc. Alright, it's not giving me the name of the faction, but Communist China and the Japanese People's Republic, we love it, are both part of a faction. Now, because of that, Communist China is actually fighting against Nationalist China. Also, it's fighting against Imperial China. So Imperial China is trying to take back land from the Communists and from Nationalist China, while the Communist China is trying to take land from Nationalist China. It's a mess, and Japan has gotten involved too. What do we know about Japan? They have 15 to 88 divisions, probably 50 or so. We'll see. Also, we've upgraded our aviation group. As right now, we've already taken more agility. We can have our small planes and carriers, but we'll get more range. I think speed and agility is where it's at. Fortunately, no such thing, so we're going to take advanced production techniques, more reliability, and better production output. I believe that means we now have 90% reliability instead of only 80. Anytime I think about reliability in my airplanes, I worry we're just going to crash from time to time. It's no good, no good. Holy cow, we need 42 chromium. I believe that's upgrading. Wait, is that upgrading the airplanes? Or the super heavies? Let's see. Where is it? No. Yeah, the airframes, Amelia, do not cost chromium. The only things that do are my basic heavies and my super heavy battleships. Yeah, so the newest version of my super heavy wants a whole bunch of chromium, and we just don't have that. So as usual, I stare at Cuba longingly, and for now, just import even more. I'm gonna need all the world's chromium, somehow. Who has the most available? Hello, Turkey. I don't know what kind of situation you're into right now, but I know I need chromium. And even more tires still. Have tires gotten made? They're just about made. Soon. More research. Can I do research to get faster tire production? This one is every refinery makes one more tire. It's double speed, but ahead of time by a year. This is just more fuel. This is more fuel also. For now, we're going to do more excavation. Hopefully it gives us even more chromium somehow. Gonna be good. The Amelia is already... The Amelia is already outdated? Wait, how'd that happen? Huh. Oh, probably because I changed the bonuses to the company that was making it. A little reset, that's okay though. So many decisions available. The Japanese People Republic and China have signed a white peace. So does that mean that communist China is still fighting normal China? It is. So why did Japan join in to help and then immediately peace out? Huh. I mean, they're still fighting Imperial China and their friend Menku Kuo, but they're no longer fighting Big China. Fascinating stuff. We have, maybe they joined the war by accident. sorry, mistranslation. No takesies, backsies, unfortunately, but mistranslation. It's 39. I'm going to go ahead and give you, I actually don't want to give you all half-track cars, because I would need a new production line. We still need basic trucks for logistics, I believe. So instead, I think I saw new constructions unlocked. The year ahead, though, no good. Let's go and just take additional oil refining. Fine. They want to take a vacation to a small Pacific island instead. They wouldn't dare. I don't think Japan's being warlike. Their only war so far has been fought defensively to protect their fellow communists out that way. Okay, have I chosen the upgrade stuff we've captured? I have not. We captured some things from the south that we need to use for upgrading if possible. Research is going by very, very quickly now. Having brought in a lot of scientists and also having brought in additional research technologies, things are doing pretty well. Now we could go ahead and give research grants. It would speed up research even more. A small amount of the government would be against me, but that's fine. I am the Senate. Lovely. We've also produced for ourselves a new division of basic infantry. 2 of them, actually. We need 2 more on the Canadian front, so we'll send them up that way. We may at some point militarize the Mexican border also, but again, while a democracy, we can't do a darn thing. Better infantry equipment, straight buff to everyone. Next infantry upgrade is in 42, so not much going on there. We look at support companies. We can take the radar company or radio company. What's it do? The bonus to initiative and organization, I believe. So if I have more organization, then I can put out more tanks, because tanks lower organization. Could be cool. Establishing and maintaining communication in the field required great skills. With the advent of new communication detection technology in the Great War, new possibilities for practice ahead. We got some little headsets, and Radar O'Reilly helping us out. What are Australia's up to? Have they changed at all? They're still Labour Democratic. They're just hanging out over there. So we know they've demanded to be independent of the monarchy. Where is that? So this is strengthened ties with the UK. Abandon Westminster. They took that then, correct? You can't then protect the homeland. So this is more military, etc. Okay, so I'm going to admit to a misreading that says woo the USA, like flirt with the USA and invite them to be friends or lovers. I read it as being a cheer instead. Woo, USA! I like to imagine an Australian cheerleading section. Delightful. So the question after getting rid of the system of governance is, are they supporting the centrist party or are they supporting the workers? If they've chosen already, it's this one right here. They may be working on other things instead. Interesting, you can peruse the focus trees of other nations, helps you plant seeds of future campaigns. Absolutely agree. I didn't realize you could see other people's focuses because I did not know that the unknown focus button could be pushed. This is interesting to me. So last time we looked at India, they were still a puppet as they are right now, but previously they had a governor general. There's a nice white man running the show. So has partition happened? Can we see that? So I know that in this playthrough they chose provincial elections, Swaraj. Okay. The Quit India movement went. This leads to more and more daily autonomy. Two-nation theory. Pakistan will be released when India gains freedom. The partitions happened because Pakistan's right here and it's independent. So India is independent but also a dominion. Oh, they're not a puppet. They're dominion. Dominion is the weaker version, I believe. Is that true? I think that's true. So with these selected, there's nothing new below, but I believe that this, all India forward, allows them to become more fully independent. Dominion is most autonomous for independence. Oh, I thought so. In that case, India and Australia will both be fully free. Canada, what's wrong with you? Canada is somehow still involving itself in, let's do the puppet thing. All right, send in troops to where the California comrades need more forces. They'll eventually either head for Mexico or instead to Canada. We'll see, we'll see. All right, still not making airplanes, that's fine. Have more tires coming in now. We're still short some, need more steel also. We have definitely have too much production for our current resource economy, unfortunately. All right, fast tank designer has a choice now. The choice is either, let's get more defense for now, or lower fuel usage, or go faster. Let's have our light tanks go faster. Not sure it helps at all when I'm only using them as scouts, but could be interesting anyway. Italy seeks support from the Union of Greek Soviet Republics. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? The Union of Greek Soviet Republics? No one told me about this. In this world, everyone is going communist, except for the German Empire, which has gone to the Reich again. Oh my goodness. So the Fourth International has been launched. Trotsky is indeed doing Trotsky things and bringing everybody into communism. Maybe this day we'll have all workers united as brothers. I'm a little bit surprised that the Soviet republics are not coming to help communist China. I'm actually really, really surprised. Japan has sent volunteers to the Soviets. Is it because they're indifferent? Okay, they are using Lend-Lease. So they are sending convoys down to communist China. Japan proper has volunteers from... I have no idea. Interesting. The wrong flavor of Maoist, perhaps. Anyway, Italy wants the help of the Greek Soviet republics. The first successor of ancient European states, Italy claims a natural friendship between the two. Their political agenda is obvious, as Italy also sees the Union of Greek Soviet Republics as a natural member of Pact of Rome. Will they actually join? We'll see. I have to take a focus of the USSR to intervene in China. Okay. So it's not a free choice. Professor on Twitch, thank you for that. Also, in the past few days, playing in this directory, we've had so many people follow with usernames of like Professor or Doc something. So I wonder if there's a higher percentage of players of Hearts of Iron who are professors, or if people just like using the professor word. But it's been probably 5 or 6 people like Doc Luther yesterday. I don't know. Not to call it anyone in particular, but it's just fascinating to me. All right, integrated support. Our support companies get better attack and better organization. Closely integrating support forces with combat troops results in divisions which are stronger on attack. Someday it'll be useful into marching into Canada. All right, we need more steel. If we're getting more steel, we probably need more basic factories. So I can buy 1 steel pile. Hello, Leo. Just 1 for now, thank you. And then I keep saying I'm going to fix rubber myself, but I keep improving my production lines to consume more and more. We will eventually get enough rubber. I have so much oil. How exactly does oil become rubber? So this building gives us 3 rubber, as well as more fuel from the refineries. The refineries are the same thing. So I don't need synthetic oil. Instead, I just need... Yeah, so when you dig oil out of the ground, it gives you fuel automatically, I believe. Is there a decision to have more rubber for political power as the USA? There is a focus to get more rubber, and we already chose that one. On political power, I'm not sure, though. Adelson, we did win the Civil War. Yep, the fascists were put down. All delightful. Obviously, I just need more and more construction. And, obviously, more and more other stuff, too. Up in the Dakotas, we're currently building roads. So in the Dakotas, we get even more everything. For some reason, I'm over cap on building slots here. No idea where those went, but the great state of Michigan gets a few more also. And they'll add more military factors again. Anywhere with full infrastructure. Virginia, you got the wrong click there. Virginia, you need to have your infrastructure up first. And then New England gets the same thing. Good old Maine. Good old everything. Ohio needs infrastructure signed in Ohioan. I'm sorry, I'm clicking the button and nothing is changing. Enjoy your potholes forever and always. That's enough clicking for now. Let that run for a bit. Having lived in non-Chicago, Illinois, the roads get really, really rough once you're outside of Chicago. It is seriously awful. Do we have a bunch of extra guns right now? If we do... We have 20,000 extra. So yeah, I'm going to have the field marshal get training everybody forever just to get more army experience. Good to good. We have better engines for the airplanes at Boeing. Go ahead and choose further improvements on the airplanes. And these things do not help the fighters. This would, but it's way ahead. Never mind. Nothing more on the airplanes right now. It's too early in history. Follow to protect Canada. Canadians burned the White House. In the same way we had avengement or a continuation of the Civil War, we will avenge the misdeeds done by Canada and burn Canada's National Assembly, its parliament, which meets in Ottawa? Is that right? Is Ottawa the capital of Canada? I'm ready to look very, very silly on this one. I've made a definitive statement that I do not remember the answer to. So, it is! Hey, I'm allowed to be a streamer still. Okay, so we have chosen US-USSR economic cooperation. We get more research from the USSR, or more rightly, we're giving them our research. I choose the button. This button might allow me to do things I really want to do. Namely, I want to desegregate the armed forces. We can't do that though unless we're communist or Harry S. Truman is the president. And I don't know if he'll automatically become president. We're playing ahistorical, so I'm not sure if Roosevelt will try to hold power until the 1950s. We'll see. Alright, sometimes we have to choose our enemies. Often the choice is not easy. The future may judge us for standing side by side with one tyrant, or praise us from saving it from the other. We're not with a tyrant. We're with the good friend Trotsky. Here we go. Good friend Trotsky and us in 70 days. We have to liberate the SERP of Canada. Oh, there's Ottawa. It's all shiny there. I think this incursion is rightfully mine. I think I deserve this bit right here. Where is Sault Ste. Marie? It's one of the borders. It might be right here. As I said previously, years and years ago, a friend and I were somewhere in this part of Wisconsin and said to ourselves, wouldn't it be funny to go to Canada? We had no reason. We were just already north enough. That said, is it here? That's a lake. I think Sault Ste. Marie might be in this area. Yeah, and so we decided to be fun to go to the border of Canada. And so when we got there, we told the border guards that we just wanted to go to Canada to say we've been there. And they made us get out of our car and searched it, presumably for drugs. Then we went inside to a Tim Hortons and got some donuts and coffee and enjoyed them and said we've been in Canada. We came back to the border about half an hour later, and they said, why were you in Canada for such a short period? And we said we just wanted to be in Canada, and they searched us for drugs again. So really, we drove a very, very long time to go into Canada for 30 minutes. Heck of an experience. Italy demands Anatolian naval bases. The 1915 Treaty of London promised Turkish territory in Anatolia for Italy. Other treaties took precedence, but Italy did not forget. Benito Mussolini has publicly stated that due to the strategic importance of the Anatolian coast, Italy will take what rightfully belongs to Italy. I like it very, very much. Very, very much indeed. All right. The decolonization of the British Empire. One of you noticed it. My friends, Canada. Oh, his name is Mackenzie King. For a very brief moment, I thought that they had elected a King of Canada, or I guess appointed one. His name is just Mackenzie King, though. He's a liberal corporatist, but Canada is free. At midnight today, the long-awaited transfer of full sovereignty for the various subject nations of the British Empire was accomplished. Despite the British government's invitation for former subjects to join the Allies, many have chosen to go their own way. The move continues to be controversial domestically, but is greatly applauded by socialists internationally. What weakness this has caused for the Union of Britain's position in the world remains to be seen, as does the situation of those nations who elected to go their own way. My friends, liberation for the colonies. Hooray, hooray. Does that include the African colonies? It does. It does. The African colonies are all free as well. Wow. Hello to you, Egypt's leader. Hello to you, leader of the government of Sudan, Jordan, Palestine. It's all free. That's pretty cool. Ahistorical is really fun to see the various ways the world could go at various points in history. Cool, cool. Italy has declared war on Turkey. Will this be the Great World War? I don't know. I don't think so. Turkey is not allied with anybody, so most likely not. We'll see. Yeah, the Raj is gone also. Pakistan's independent. The partitions happened. Australia's independent. Of course, we're independent. We had our anti-colonial war a little while earlier, but that is fine. That's great. That's great. The end of the League of Nations. With the declaration of war of Turkey by Italy, the League of Nations fell. It fell in 1940. That's pretty impressive how long it stayed around. I love it. I love it. In this case, in this world, Israel doesn't exist. At least not yet, no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, what happened? What happened? Not long ago, Germany found itself dragged to war. While everyone had hoped for long-lasting peace in Europe, it's clear that tensions on the continent are too great. German officials state they can no longer afford to keep the Rhineland demilitarized, arguing they need full mobility in their own borders to defend themselves. Who attacked Germany? Italy attacked Germany? Hungary has also attacked Germany as part of the Turkish War. Ah, Turkey joined the Allies at war. So it is the case that Italy has sparked the World War by attacking Turkey. Germany and Italy are on opposite sides of this war. Is Germany going to join the Allies? It already has. Ahistorical is amazing. I mean, unfortunate for the Turks that they're going to get attacked by Italy, but oh my goodness. The Union of Britain, they call themselves. Oh, they went communist. Harry Pollitt must have been elected. No elections now. Harry Pollitt has made a communist Britain. How are the Scandinavian nations doing? They look like pretty standard so far. Oh, interesting. Sweden's not aligned. So Per Albin Hansson is the leader still. But, yeah, they're no longer a... well, they are a democratic nation. They're heading towards not aligned, though. And then, Norway is still doing Norwegian things, having stopped the Quisling affair. Poland has given Danzig back to the Germans in exchange for military guarantees. A treaty has been drawn up assuring Poles that Germans will come to their aid in the event of hostilities. The price has been high. Once more entirely cutting off the Poles from the sea, it may well have been worth it in light of the communist threat in the east. We'll see. So the Polish Peasant Union is still hanging out. Wow. I'm really surprised that Imperial Germany is willing to ally up with apparently a communist front. And okay, so the Soviets are in the Fourth International with the communists in Greece. So communist China has made a mutual assistance group with Japan. The Empire's still doing imperial things here. Crazy. Man, I should only play ahistorical from this point forward. It's harder to follow, because nothing to do with my own sense of history, but that's really, really, really fun. Low on supplies in the north here. Maine needs something to help us out. All right, Maine, do you have a supply depot up here? Maine's got nothing. All right, time for us to build the Acela up through Delaware and such. So Joe Biden can ride in each day back when he's a senator. Absolutely. All right, bring me a new railroad pickup in Boston and work our way on. I'll whip. There. We'll make some supply depots at the end there. There it is. And we'll go put one here also. I know one of you is New Hampshire and one of you is Vermont. Which one is which? No. Sorry, I zoomed in too close. We're good. I know things, don't worry. So supply hub there also. We need a railway to the supply hub. Click there to there. Good. Need level 2s. Go. Everything will be level 2 soon. One of these days it'll all get built. Canada, we're coming for you, for sure. Friends, has been another hour. Been live now for a time. Liberian protectorship proclaimed. Poland is looking after Liberia. What? What? Friends, time for a quick little ad break of 3 minutes. We'll work on an old crossword puzzle, I do believe. And when that's done, we will continue our very silly game. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Quick little ad break. On the other side of that, more game for sure. A holiday purchase that cuts down on decorating time. Some kind of tree, like a pre-made or fake tree. What's the down here? A result of plotting. How about a graph? You plot a graph. Very good. Blank Palmer, the main character of Twin Peaks, Fire Walk With Me. Laura Palmer. A perfume compound is called ester. I learned that from the crossword. If we're both single when we're 40, let's marry each other, for example. It's a pact. That said, when my students, and I love them for this, when my students insist that one must always keep their word, that all contracts and all promises are infinite, morally speaking, I always bring up two examples. Number one, when people are, potentially like hanging out in the dorm room, having enjoyed a little bit of green, and they say, if I join the other political party, please shoot me. And then, like 50 years later, your roommate has changed political parties. Are you obliged to shoot them? And then also, I'll ask about like this schoolyard promise. We're not going to date right now, but in 30 years, ... Like, are you allowed to violate those contracts? Allowed to violate those promises? I also talk, of course, about marriage, right? When you say I do, when you look face to face and say these words about forever, eternally, until death do us part, is divorce unacceptable then? And it's a fun conversation. Why don't I rub it in the face when they show up late for class? They haven't made a promise to be on time. I've merely requested it. Anyway, blank new between us. Oh, French. Entre new? Am I gradually learning French by doing the crossword? Probably not, but I think that one's right, actually. A surname providing anonymity. It's dough. Bachelorette party accessory often. Well, I have no idea. I've never been to one of those. Can we get these acrosses now? A morsel in fried rice or pork guisantes. Probably P. A topic for some indigenous activists. Self-determination, land rights. Not sure. A holiday purchase that cuts on decorating time, a pre-decorated tree. Needle holder. One's hand holds a needle. A needle can be in a haystack. The needle is a part of like a record player. The needle is on a clock or a gauge. You can needle someone. I can't think of anything that starts with an F though. Alright, opposite of trans, good old cis there. Drastic tech support option. Visiting the site. Showing up in person. I think Esther's right. User error. I have no idea. Something is probably wrong in that corner. I'm not sure what it is though. Metric speed measure. Kilometers per... I have no idea. Or just kilometers possibly. A speed measure actually. Kilometers per hour probably. I'm gonna try to get these 3 downs, then back to the game. Give a shout out to Say. Name check. There you go. Opportunity to go and learn something. Aw, class trip. I miss class trips. And then only cardinal direction that's not in the name of a U.S. state. Well, East, obviously. Let's see, North Dakota, West Virginia, South Dakota also. It's kind of boring to have North and South just be the Dakotas. Award show, whose most recent female entertainer of the year is Taylor Swift. I guess the Video Music Awards. I think. Nope. The country, the CMAS. I have noted that it is like award show probably. Spot for rock climbers like Crag. Bachelorette party accessory is sash, namely, what is it? About to be married, bachelorettes. Give me a congratulations, etc. Bocce! How's it going, Bocce? Bocce, thank you for the resubscription. Bottom sauce for 7 total months. However many you want, all great. You've been part of our community for a much longer time than that. Thank you for the generosity, my friend. You probably subbed me the first time 8 years ago. I hesitate to click this, but how long have you been following the channel? Followed since November 13th of 2015. I started streaming in August of that month. You were a very, very early adopter, my friend. You've been around for a very long time, and there aren't too many who followed before that. It's very good seeing you, Bocce. Thank you for the subscription, seriously. And yeah, I know exactly how you found the stream. Oh, sorry, August of that year. I started streaming in August of 2015, I believe. A long time ago. I know exactly how you found the channel because one of the best choices I ever made as a streamer was to get involved in a forum that had like streamers helping streamers. And very early on, back when I had like 2 viewers consistently, I got a couple raids in a row from people who post on this forum, and some of them stuck around, and that helped me get my initial start of viewers. And once you have some viewers, it's much easier to get more viewers, and yeah, Bocce, it's good you're part of that thing, and thank you for being part of the community here also. What's up, Fears? Alright, so Liberia, a place that the US made a long time ago, is being overlorded by Poland. Poland is now calling themselves the Maritime and Colonial League of Poland. So previously they called themselves like the Polish Peasant something. What an insult. What an insult. Okay, so there's still the Polish Peasant Union, but Poland's calling itself the Maritime something, but they have no access to their own sea. I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. Very confusing. Whichever. That's African problems. They'll figure it out. We are merely 58 days away from being allied with the Soviets. We'll see what happens there. It was a group in Poland, not Poland itself. All right, Papa Millions, thank you for helping me with that. A little confusing sometimes, but all good, all good, all good. Once we are no longer democratic, Cuba will be mine. I wonder if Cuba will immediately join the Allies, and I'll be at war with everyone. Huh. Requesting a lot of the Soviets, they might say no. Okay, look. If my Hearts of Iron playthroughs end on Leon Trotsky does not want to be my friend, do you have any idea how much my heart will break? Do you have any idea how terrible that will be? After every bit of joy we've had for not being Stalinist Soviet Union, Leon Trotsky saying, no, Resorty, despite how much you've read of me, despite how much you're very sad about the Stalin issue, come on. It's possible to not get communist. I guess that's true. I have no way of becoming communist at all. We'll see, we'll see. Better fire control for better aiming on my my naval ships. Good. It's 1940. Let's do more better research speed. Get the fancy digital computers going. Artificial intelligence analysis. Looking good, looking good. Oh my goodness. I really will be heartbroken. It'll be really, really bad. Reporting Earl Browder would get me there. I can't pie. I ruined my playthrough. I was doing so well on simultaneously playing the communist line and the re-economy line, but then I discovered that Earl Browder can only go back in government if you haven't completed Neutrality Act. There is a way to do what I was trying to do, but you have to do the communist line first while consistently taking Earl Browder out of government so you don't get over 5% communism, or 4.9%. I thought that he had to be in government to complete the communist line, but no. The focuses all continue even when requirements are not met. So you bring in Earl Browder, you start the focus, you kick him out of government. This does require a tremendous amount of political power to bring him in over and over again. And then once this line is done and you become a communist nation, you can then go over here and complete the democracy side to turn the economy back on. Mistakes made, mistakes made, mistakes made. Maybe next playthrough, but probably not. Alright, we can now finish, that's not true, we now choose a new line in our artillery folks. So, anti-tank, anti-air gets bonuses, or instead towed artillery, towed rockets. We're using towed artillery in so many more of our units than anti-air. So we can take this one for now. Yay, upgrades. Goodbye Earl indeed, what a great reference. If you don't know Goodbye Earl, my friends, it's a song by The Chicks. The Chicks being a country band whose CDs were all smashed back in the early 2000s. Now they're pretty popular again. It's a life, I suppose. It's a life. We could use construction points to get our spies some more technology. If the spies have more technology, then they'll be able to recruit a second spy. As of right now, my one and only spy is hanging out down in Cuba. Helps us understand what's going on there. She has a 78% intel network made. I don't think that gives her like much in terms of special intelligence because we don't really know how to invade the army intelligence network. That said, Cuba is incredibly weak. Oh boy. I need their chromium so badly. But they won't give it to me peacefully unless I give them, you know, money. What's their choice? Oh, we know their choice is destroyer effort. Okay, so beloved Cuba has the standard focus tree. There's nothing special here. So they've gone Navy. They've gone try to build up industry. Are they trying to defend against a naval invasion? Let's see what we know. Unless they have some seriously good counterintelligence going, feeding me lies. Despite being so far down the let's have a large navy, they appear to have no navy. Have they not built dockyards? Yeah. They have 3 dockyards, but they're not using them for some reason. I mean, I know ships take a very long time to make, but it's 1940. It's an aspirational navy. Someday, team, someday. Hey, we have our first ever electric boat company. So either the submarines are less visible but slower, or the submarines could do more damage. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's probably good to have your subs better at hiding, but we believe in glass cannons all the way. More damage, if they get detected, that's fine. They'll launch all the torpedoes already, for sure, for sure. Speaking of submarines, I believe I'm still making very, very old submarines. Yes, ones from 1936, making them infinitely. One of these days, we'll research more better submarines. Let's see what's almost done. Better industry almost done. Soon. About 2/3 of the way through to best friends with the Soviets. Signal company is done. I need to embed those in some group. What though, I have no idea. Alright, it's now time to choose, as promised, more better submarines. Here they are. 1940 hull. Oh, actually, in 1940, where we are right now, we can upgrade all of our ships. There's a lot of research. But the level 3 heavy ship, I wonder if I can make super heavies on the heavy ship. We'll discover eventually. For now, the role of the submarine in the fleet outside of convoy attacks is still under debate. Achieving a balance between speed, range, weaponry, Riz, will be a key to the necessary model. Alright, 200 people live inside that thing. Takes a bunch of construction costs at 472 on base, as opposed to the current construction of 472 versus 618. Yeah, so the basic version of the next ship is 2/3 the value of the old ship. That's with no weapons on or anything, so it would take a while for sure. In 1940, we also get upgraded artillery. Whoops, the old artillery upgrade was in 1939. Let's make some howitzers. Woo, woo, that's pretty good. You want me to give Texas back to Mexico? Absolutely not. The initial goal of this playthrough, before I realized just how hard it is to get the US at war in the beginning of the game, was to take over all of the Americas for ourselves. But that is no longer the playthrough goal, because the playthrough will end today, unfortunately. And so we'll see. Hey, very good seeing ya. Better oil processing. Does that one give me more rubber? It does not. I'm going to take the slightly ahead of time advanced rubber processing here to get one more rubber on all refineries. It's ahead of time, but we get a speed to do it. So at this point, if the World War were happening, we could join in. Actually, we're above 32% world tension. That might be high enough for me to do something. No, to attack right now, we need 100% world tension. May I modify my disarmament? Is disarmament the issue in justifying a war goal? I mean, the bigger issue is democracies can't attack democracies. They have to stop being a democracy to fix that. One of these days. 125 political power. Let's go and put a communist in government here. Better production efficiency cap. Better stability. Faster political power gain. That's huge. And that's all I can afford right now. Oh, they're free. Oh. I didn't realize that these characters are completely free. I could have had them for a very long time. So Henry White is willing to join. Harry White will join the cabinet if Henry Morgenthau is not in it. So Morgenthau gives -15 consumer good. Harry White the same. All right, Morgenthau, you're out. Now, nothing but communists in power. The Weir Group runs the nation. They're not communist revolutionaries. They're trying to make the world a better place for the workers. Apparently. These are stories we tell ourselves. The railroad up to Maine is really, really far down the list here. I'm going to kick up the railroad and the one supply depot, because I don't want the folks here to be attritioning in the way they are right now. There you go, team! We have offered an alliance. That we've offered an alliance, the alliance is accepted. It's accepted. I saw it was accepted. We are part of the Fourth International. So we're in a faction with the Soviet republics, Greece, and the Philippines. That does not change our political ideology over. Oh, maybe it does. The Union of Soviet Republics of Europe and Asia has decided to accept our request to join the Fourth International. Henceforth, we stand or fall together. We set aside our differences. The United States has joined the Fourth International. Earlier today, the Union of Soviet Republics of Europe and Asia and the Americas and the United States issued a joint statement. The latter has now been formally granted member status of the Fourth International. Whether the partners used for offense or defensive purposes remains to be seen, but undoubtedly extensive joint military planning is already underway. Anti-fascism, let's go. This is my second anti-fascist playthrough in a row. I apologize. I should do something else. But fighting back the cringe is the best. Speaking of which, the Republic of Spain is winning. It is actually happening. I've been told that when the AI tries, it almost always fails. Now, I can't send them volunteers to help out, can I? No, need 100% war tension, unfortunately. But I'm so proud of Spain. So proud there. Okay, so having taken up the Unholy Alliance, can't choose the left line anymore, unfortunately, without the revolutionary or being a communist nation. Is there anything else I can choose that would modify our government even a little bit? I think without... Yeah, I think without Broward in government, there really is nothing to do, unfortunately. Yeah, Browder really is the issue. My attempt to cheese by taking two main lines, big mistake. Alright, we can take the Manhattan Project, or we can go think about actually getting our military up and going. All these war plans. War Plan Crimson means attacking Canada. War Plan Green, going for Mexico. So we can intervene in the Americas, or in Europe, or in Asia. So I guess the standard line is intervention in Europe. Go deal with helping against the Nazis. For now, though, it's time to build up our manpower, our basic infantry and such, to get me big tanks. Selective Training Act. The United States has been historically slow to adopt the draft, even in times of war. We're no longer able to afford the luxury. For free, you get limited conscription. Only a little bit as a treat. Don't you worry, team. Portugal's not giving me enough chromium, which is again caused me to be... Actually, we have enough chromium for right now. Hope Trotsky sends spies promote communism. I don't think you can do that, unfortunately. It's fine. Anti-fascist democracy feels good, man. Feels good. I guess we can start using our political power points to grant statehood to everybody to get more senators who like me. Or I need steel. Ohio Steelworks Online. Indiana Steelworks 2. And Minnesota. The Japanese People's Republic and China have signed a white peace. It sounds like... Okay, that means that Japan is no longer fighting Imperial China, Nationalist China, or anything else here. Is that correct? Huh. They are still fighting against the Empire. Were they involved in 2 wars on behalf of Communist China? Once again, Communist China is really, really struggling. I know in history they succeeded. Does anyone know why that was? Like what caused Communist China to be able to push Nationalist China to the south? Because in this timeline, it's not. Is it that Japan was more aggressive, and so Nationalist China was dealing with Japan? They're a guerrilla army. Oh, does this game not model guerrilla armies well? Or have I gotten kind of unlucky in seeing Communist China fail in all 3 of my playthroughs, actually? I don't know. It's curious how the game models history. Oh, the USSR got involved? Hey, Alan, thank you for that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know USSR got involved in plenty of East Asia fun, but... So the Soviet Union got involved. Thank you, Alan, very much. Hey, awesome, mate. Communist China won after World War II. Okay, so in this game, Communist China getting involved... I think in the historical playthrough, there's an alliance here, right? Mao and Chiang Kai-shek. Kai-shek? Yeah, Kai-shek have an alliance to not go to war. But I guess they're going into the war early in these playthroughs, these ahistorical playthroughs. Understood. Got ourselves some more excavation fun. If I'm going to be playing this game, I really need to do a heck of a lot more research into this time period, because I feel like okay with not fully understanding the CK3 universe, and ho ho ho, there goes the Holy Roman Empire again. I feel like I should more fully know the history of what happened in the past century, I guess, and I'm kind of thin on a fair amount of it. I understand the politics of it generally, but the military side I don't really understand too much. Anyway, our first actually correctly made tank division exists. Many of you wanted to see the tank template. This is what I made. Is it good? Who knows? But I made it anyway. Probably needs a better anti-air. Brigadier General Horace B is going to run this thing. All right. I'm going to put you in the California Defense Front. I don't know if there are any good mountains. Probably not. But coming from Mexico. Oh, wow. The junta managed to take this part also. How did the junta get that, I wonder? Anyway, you go and join the California Defense Force. Thank you. They're still at war with Mexico. I thought maybe in the peace conference they got that, but the junta's actually doing better now. Something changed in the past 20 minutes to turn that around. They have no allies. Man, I really thought that Democratic Mexico was going to be dealing with the junta entirely and driving out fascism. Guess not. Who else we have here? Even more tanks? Oh, was I making 3 tank groups at a time? I was indeed. California's getting so many tanks. Also have free dockyards, which means I finished building a super heavy. So it is now time to build a super heavy that violates my prior treaty. Here comes freedom indeed. May I upgrade it? I may. I have 65 naval points. That's spending 3 of them. Let's get some anti-air going also. At 65 points, we should be able to make this thing quite a bit better. Thanks be to Chester Nimitz for successfully getting the naval experience point I needed. Isn't she beautiful? I don't know if she's beautiful, but I made her anyway. There we go. Our first ever super heavy that violates the treaties is being made. Nice, 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 nice. I see we've also successfully upgraded our basic tank unit. So, may I modify you more? In this case, all the holes are filled. Upgrade all the modules. Better radio. We can also, with 85 reliability, I probably shouldn't go lower on that. I want to give more engine, more armor. But, probably shouldn't right now. Alright. The Spirit of 76 upgrades also. Should be all the upgrades for now. Looking good, looking good. More research again. It is 1940. Could do even more, naval upgrades, I guess. We still are in the pre-36 armaments. That feels pretty bad. So, this is the heavy battery. I believe we're using that on the battleships. Is that true? I think it is. So, give it armor-piercing capped shells. By fitting a ballistic hood, shells can be made more aerodynamic while still maintaining their armor-piercing performance. Neat. That seems good. Straight upgrade there. We love it. I didn't assign my dockyards to the new battleship, did I? No. Oh, I think I said I was going to try to change my submarine line. Did I start researching that? I did. Very good. Making all we've made and then potentially not going to war feels a little ridiculous. Also, we're not currently importing oil from Mexico. We don't actually need it. I needed that back during the earlier war, but for now we're good without. Good. Friends, it's already 11:30 on a weekend. Many of you know that I will stream until about noon on Saturdays. It's about a half hour left of our stream today. I'm not sure we're gonna go to war. Yeah, my inability to justify a war goal against Cuba is a problem. I bet if I go down the let's get involved in protecting the Americas, I'll get a war goal on Cuba somewhere. Crimson's Canada, green is Mexico. Reaffirm the Monroe Doctrine, I love that. Increases trade opinion with all the American nations. War Plan Gray. Huh. So So nothing here allowed me to attack Cuba. India has declared war on free India. They want liberty, but not too much. Also, this time the Bulgarian government is supporting the Internal Macedonian Revolutionary Organization. This time there's a cessation of hostilities between the two. They're cooperating to liberate Bulgarian Macedonians. Fascinating. Fascinating. Huh. Is there no way for me to be able to invade Cuba? Now, while it's the case that I understand we're trying to be good guys here in 1940, they're communist. Liberty for the Philippines. I kind of like that. I like that the Philippines go free. But, yeah, unfortunately I couldn't take any of this. Recon Company goes up. Great straight bonus there. What is happening in free India? So India proper is the government... Oh! Wait, why do you exist? So this was the Governor General before India had independence. He was removed from power, I thought, when India became partitioned and freed. Why is there a British man in power again? And then Free India, led by V.D. Savarkar, was he the first president of India? Unfortunately, I'm very, very bad on that. I believe the second president of India was a philosopher. I've read some of his stuff, but I've forgotten his name right now. Savarkar. I think I know that name. Anyway, they are big free guy. Interesting. We'll see who wins this thing. We can check our limited intelligence. 4 to 16 versus 16 to 35. I think they're kind of fascisty down here. Kind of democratic-y. I can't help, unfortunately, until the World War launches. If a war is searched, why not justify one for lore revenge? Hey, OBS. Unfortunately, because we're stuck in democracy, I'm pretty sure I'm not allowed to get involved in any war. Yeah, we need the war tension at 100% to allow the US to get involved. It's a shame. Real shame for sure. Let's continue upgrading our naval weaponry. On the medium batteries, maybe. We have very fast torpedo attacks on the subs, presumably. Man, all these really fast researches on naval stuff. No, that's if you spend naval experience. I don't want to do that right now. Okay, let's go ahead and just upgrade our armor-piercing weapons on the mediums, too. Seems good. And, uh-oh. I think my spy may have been captured in Cuba. First, though, our N Naval Yard gets upgraded. More reliability, absolutely. Alright, Virginia Hall, Wolf so-called, has been captured in Cuba. We must mount a rescue attempt with our no agents. Unfortunate. So, I'd like to prepare this with our no agents. I guess we're going to need to quickly research 5 bonuses to our intelligence agency to get a new operative to try to free our captive operative there. What are her special abilities, if any? She's working on being a linguist. She's good at blowing stuff up. Oh boy, she's gonna crack. She's gonna crack at once, my friends. That's no good. I guess I could try to get Cuba to change ideology, so I'd be allowed to attack them, or have them change ideology so they join our faction. That'd be nice anyway. Whichever way. We have better artillery. Awesome. Let's go ahead and upgrade that immediately. There she is. Level 2 artillery straight away. It'll take a while to build, no problem. Research is just absolutely flying along this playthrough. It is nice being the US, being able to import other nations' researchers. Feels good. I continue chasing along artillery and such. Upgraded anti-air seems pretty good. Speaking of which, I haven't built any anti-air anywhere in the entire nation. While we're staying on a peaceful footing, I guess that's fine. Alright, we have our first ever anti-tank group. The Confederacy had tanks. Will Canada have tanks? What do we know about our good friends in Canada here? I shouldn't say friends. Our good neighbors. We know nothing. Alright, with the mind that possibly Canada will have tanks, I wish to give you to the Northern Front. Unfortunately, the Northern Front's totally full right now. Never mind, you're going to California instead. What's up, Jack? Happy, what day is it for you now? Happy Friday still, I think. Happy Saturday, maybe. Whichever way, welcome to the stream. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you're having a good time. Unfortunately, our last day of Hearts of Iron. So tomorrow, no stream. Day after that, we'll be doing either Sins of a Solar Empire 2 or End Zone 2. I will miss the Paradox games profoundly. One of these days we'll get playing some more. Alright, 53 Army experience. We're allowed then to choose the final Marine line. Expeditionary Task Force. Bonus to all support. What are these called? Support artillery. There we go. Extra Marine Supply Grace. They're going to say grace before they eat. In that way, not starve quite as fast. And then, yep, big defensive increase to all of our support items. With that in mind, we should go check and see now our Marine group. We can actually make a bunch more Marines. Up to 72. I thought it was like 53 previously. They have 1 support, 2 support. They don't have anti-tank support. But I think I'm okay with that. And because I'm allowed to have even more, I'm not sure if it makes sense to have a group of just Marines. But they've been pretty good so far. Lots of manpower in that. It makes sense to give them like a Marine, anti-air, anti-tank. We'll look at organization in a moment, I promise. That's all I can afford right now. Organization is still 67. Combat with a 37. Is that good? I have no idea. But I made them. And now we need to get more Marines actually made. So we can't train anymore at Special Forces cap. I see. So improving the Marines already deployed will cause this Marine brigade, or will cause us to make more Marines that go up to the cap again. I got it. Jax is a new magical school building game coming called Wisdom Academy. I love that. I guess that first game of, what was it called? There have been 2 pretty good wizard building games. One made by Clay, or published by Clay, and then one that came out before that, like Spellcaster Academy. Yeah, I do kind of wonder how many games that have come out recently have like seen some particular game style made and said, oh, I could do that even better. Because it feels like we're seeing games in spurts, right? There's 3 Spellcast University building games. Interesting stuff, though. Interesting. Hey, Gregorio, first time you see me without a tie? Yep, on my Saturday, I do not wear a tie. I instead just kind of hang out and hope for the best. I've heard of a game called Noita. Is that the game where you play as a spellcaster and like learn different spells? It's a platformer, kind of, and you blow up the world around you to get from place to place? I've heard of it. I think I've seen it played. I myself have not played it. We're making old something. It's complaining about still making the old battleship. It'll be done in 1941, and then we'll get the new ones for sure. One of these days. Under 100,000 free manpower. I believe the current focus research is giving us more manpower very soon. That will be good. We can modify the officer corps by getting a theorist in. This makes cheaper rockets, air doctrine, navy, Robert Oppenheimer. I know some of you want the nukes. Living in Japan, I don't want the Japanese internet to hear what I'm saying right now. So let's not do that. In Raid the Army, we can't unlock anything right now. We need more Army experience, but old Dwight's out there with Ike's Loyalists, training. That's all very good. No nukes in this playthrough. I'm not sure I'll ever use nukes in this game, except possibly get achievements. We'll see. Alright, we have a very small conscription group, just as a treat, don't you worry. Next up, we need to head this way to get more better tanks. What are these, though? First Special Service Force. Bonus research speed to a whole bundle of special forces, most of which I have not researched all the way. Interesting. Then Airborne Division. Louisiana Maneuvers. I'm guessing this is a real thing. It makes Land Doctrine cheaper. I've already unlocked so very much Land Doctrine, so I should have taken this fairly early if I wanted to build up my military. I didn't quite do that so much, though. Alright, we're helping the Rock Island Arsenal. Here we go. Supporting our brave troops in any way we can is the key to victory. Be that by laying down heavy artillery fire from a distance or more direct support on the battlefield, we must make sure our troops have everything that they need. Awesome. Help us get our technology research faster. Knowing the focus trees, especially in multiplayer, seems to me so unbelievably important. Because players probably choose so efficiently, like make sure you've unlocked faster Land Doctrine before you unlock the doctrines. Makes sense to me. In multiplayer, I'm never going to play, but I definitely understand why people want to play it and how perfectly one could play it for sure. Alright, we built a military factory. Let's check our old logistic tree and see what we're worst on right now. We're positive on everything except for artillery upgrades. And the airplanes are doing their thing still, very slowly. So I'm going to go ahead and set up 2 more improved artillery there. And I'm also going to set up, please bring me more Amelia aircrafts, which we love so much. There's a co-op mode in Hearts of Iron 4 to make the game less gamey. Yeah, I've heard that it's very cool to have multiple friends playing as one nation together. So you can say one person is the chief of the economy, one person is the chief of the Air Force, etc., etc. That sounds pretty cool, but I'm not quite sure how I'd find people I trust to play well and also stream well. Because something like that, I'd probably need to have a Discord call, and I've never done that before. I've never been live on stream with other people's voices. And I can almost guarantee to you that I would shut down entirely. I would just let other people talk. I would stare here, not knowing when it's my turn to talk. So I tend to just do single player for that reason in some measure. That's okay. Also, my wife is home from her run. Hello, Noms. And we've probably got 15 minutes of stream left. Gonna be good. I hope I can finish down to main battle tanks next 15 minutes, but I am nearly certain we can't. We'll see how it goes, though. We have 48 points in air experience. Is Amelia Earhart still training in her little airplane here? There she is. Amelia Earhart is now a trained flyer. And we have a second ace named Samuel Mad Dog Buford. Hadn't seen him previously. Hello, Noms. How was your run?
Pretty hot out there.
Pretty hot indeed. But I'm very proud of you for going for a run, and you went with one of our colleagues who needed some encouragement. And how'd that go?
It was good.
I'm really glad.
It was good. At the end, we stopped by the Starbucks Reserve Roastery.
Oh, fancy!
Which is pretty fancy, and we thought there would be a long line, but there wasn't. And we got glorified frozen lemonade.
Sounds pretty good.
It was pretty tasty.
Gotta say, I'm a little disappointed that I not got a special drink, but that's okay. I can walk on the street and get one myself after stream's done.
Yeah, it was frozen, so it would have been melted and warm by now.
Probably. Yep.
But they didn't call it lemonade. They called it frozen citrus lavender sage something, and it was served from the tea counter.
That sounds absolutely ridiculous. What was it called again? Frozen sage?
Frozen citrus lavender sage, and I forgot the noun.
That is absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy for sure. I can't imagine all that.
Would you like some warm water?
I'm okay, Noms, thank you. I'm going to finish up stream. We'll be in about 10 minutes or so, okay?
Can I watch?
If you want to hang out and watch, you're welcome to do so. For sure, for sure. I've returned to normal talking time now. Cool.
Oh, that's fine. I'm just using air conditioning.
Hey, all good. It's a nice, cool room.
It's so hot.
OBS, you're encouraging me to do the exercise, record it, and see how it goes. I have no idea what exercise you're encouraging me to do. Is it burpees? I could do burpees. Let me know what the exercise is, and I'll consider doing it. That said, I tend not to have a lot of time for gaming outside of stream.
That's not gaming. That's exercise.
No, I think the exercise. Oh, multiplayer Hearts Iron 4. Yeah. I've streamed with other people in person before, and what I said about like shutting down is absolutely true. So if I'm streaming with Noms, it's fine. We're pretty good at bouncing the ball back and forth of my turn to talk, your time to talk. But I've done in-person live streaming with I think 2 or 3 other people, and every time I just shut down because I do not know when it's my turn to talk. I'm a very awkward human in that way, for sure. All right, the light tank designer has leveled up again. Let's give our light tanks better defense. That seems good. So far, I do not have a light tank unit that is making our improved smaller tanks, or using them in the design, rather. We are using heavy tanks in a design, but I probably have an independent light group to scout about some more. Maybe. All right, upgrade to naval batteries. Fantastic. From that AA to AAA, it's good.
I see you've taken over part of Canada.
No, we have not.
Oh, it looks like you've taken over part of Canada.
Let me see. So Noms, we take over part of Canada.
Never mind.
Yep, I just zoomed in a little
I
bit.
just didn't know that Wisconsin went up that high.
Yep, Wisconsin is
There's the Minnesota arm.
big old state there. There's the Mitten and the arm of Minnesota. Yeah, earlier we had a civil war. The South wanted to be fascist and broke off again. And so we got an achievement for winning the second civil war.
Oh.
And it was a pretty darn fun time, I'm going to say.
Okay.
At this point, if we want to, we can now bring in additional scientists from Germany. If Germany becomes democratic and throws off the Kaiser once more, then they'll take their science back. For now, though, more research speed. Nom, see you in a little bit.
Bye.
So, I think Nom's had the experience that some viewers occasionally do. Wouldn't it be fun to hang out and watch? Never mind, this is staring at maps. So, oh, Noms. Back before we lived together, she would regularly hang out and watch the stream, but I think now that we live together, she gets more than enough resorty, more than often enough not to watch the stream.
I would also be doing something else while I was watching.
That is true. Previously, you would be doing grading or reading instead of just watching the stream. You're one of those. As I said previously, there are people who just like watch 100%. There's some who play a game while doing something else, and some people clean, etc. But good seeing ya. Okay, see you in 10 minutes. Heishel asked if I ever checked the Ultimate General series of games. I have not. Are they also grand strategy games? Yeah, of grand strategy games, I tend to just stay with Paradox. And then occasionally I'll play other grand strategy games for just a day or two, but I always feel myself pulled back to Paradox. Do you all have a similar experience, or are you interested in playing a wider variety of grand strategy games? Like, I do enjoy Total War, but it feels so different that I don't want to call it grand strategy. Production's happening so fast now, up to 153. Still below our earlier construction amount, but it is climbing gradually. The Mexican Revolution's gaining ground again. It is. They had pushed over to here, though. Maybe not. Maybe over to here. Yeah. They're marching on Mexico City, though. We'll see what happens. This has been a forever war. But we'll see. Low on supplies. My friends, it happened. Republican Spade. actually won. Wow. Republican victory in the Spanish Civil War on their own. With extensive Soviet aid, the Second Republic has defeated both the anarchists and the nationalists. There's still some nationalists out there doing the guerrilla thing, but don't you worry. Spain, good old communist Spain, immediately joins the Fourth International. Some democracy, some communism. We are uniting around the world. And again, the German Empire is part of the Allies this playthrough. We are not, and we're not allowed to join yet, I'm pretty sure. Oh, we can't join the Allies because we're already part of Lev's group that said communist Britain is holding on to the Allies. It would make some sense potentially unify the two factions. India is pushing out Free India, so it looks like a pro-British group in India is retaking territory. I'll be so curious to see what happens if normal India wins here. Does it try to rejoin the empire? Does it get rid of Lord Linlithgow again? I have no idea. Better submarines finally made. It's taken a very, very long time to do that, but how absolutely wonderful. We'll get better submarines in a moment. For now, faster production of them looks amazing. Then we go to our production line and make new submarines. 1940 ship, isn't she lovely? All right, so you're gonna need some torpedo tubes. Upgrade everything. Better engines. You're gonna need some torpedo tubes. You're gonna need a radar. You're gonna need some torpedo tubes. This thing is not for mining. Well, that's all it's got for right now. Yummy. Pure torpedo action. Radar to find something to shoot. Lots of engine, lots of torpedoes. I am one Navy experience short. We're gonna unpause the game and not push the reset button. There we go. We're good now. Upgraded submarines may now be made. Very, very good. We're getting rid of one that's almost made. That's fine, though. Oh, I didn't give it a better name, did I? I did not. It's just called the 1940 Submarine Hub, I believe. Or hull, rather. Must be changed at once. Alright, so this is something involving all we do is shoot, 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 no matter what. Today was a good day. I didn't need my AK. I don't know enough naval slang, unfortunately. The gunboat. There's no guns, though. The cutter. Pew pew boom boom. The submachine gun. Alright, that works perfectly. It is a submachine gun. Wonderful name, thank you. Alright. Get building. Get upgrading. All good. Second Amendment sub clause. That one's ugly. Funny, but a little bit over the top. Too good. Too good indeed. Alright. Let's go ahead and upgrade our subs, I guess, now that we're thinking sub thoughts. Torpedo line! So better torpedo launcher. Torpedo launchers, I don't think go onto subs, do they? Maybe they do. Well, we'll make it see what happens. Stronger motors allow more tubes to be installed in a single mount and be trained on target faster. It says light ships or cruisers. Yeah, this is not for submarines. Here are submarine things. Give them a snorkel. The torpedo launchers do go on subs? Okay, cool. So we're going from torpedo tubes to torpedo launchers. I understand. Thank you much. Make it the escort fleet line. Gotta get levels up there. better anti-air. So many great improvements recently. So soon with the rockets. Let's go and do better anti-tank also. Should probably specialize, but where's the fun in that? So we need to upgrade our anti-air. Gotta make a bunch now. It's fine. Do we have old things to put in the production line? Like old pieces and parts? Nope. Better artillery. So now we can choose rockets if we want to. I also want to look and see on tank improvements. 1940 heavy tank. I've made about 200 1934 heavies. Make better tank, obviously. A large chassis with a heavy gun, thick armor, or both. Obviously choosing both. We still do not have tank destroyer doctrine, so I can't level up good old tanks this way yet. Little baby medium tank still. How heartbreaking is that? Alright. Our various basic artillery. Only towed artillery. Does towed artillery require trucks? It might. So I may actually not be using this at all. I think my poor soldier have to drag their artillery on themselves. We'll see. I could look into a nightmare. It's called the Mark 14 torpedo. Can you give me the long and short of what made that torpedo so bad? Because I do not know anything about military history at all, unfortunately. A civilian factory's done. Okay. 155. Let's just make more civilian fun. I brought the infrastructure in New England up all the way. Ohio's going to get all of our civilian factories now. We've also finished one supply depot in Maine, I believe, which should mean that we have decent logistics up here. Gosh, they're trying. So this will be made in a moment here. It is bottlenecked due to level 2 train line. We could upgrade that, but there's a demand of 2 here for 4 divisions. We can give trucks if need be. I'm gonna leave it as is for right now. The problem with the torpedo is it's prohibitively expensive to test them. That makes sense. You're sending money out to swim immediately. It didn't run the right depth, didn't go off when it should have, and didn't explode when it managed to hit the target. That all seems pretty bad. I'm not a military theorist, but that seems like an issue. I see the issue with testing torpedoes, though. It's not like testing a bullet, where you have just one, see how it goes. You have to send a whole lot at once. Fascinating. Supporting Rock Island, artillery and support technology, much faster research. Next down, the tank experiments. Armor technology, double speed. Again, the kind of thing I should have done much, much earlier. Tanks are indispensable in modern battlefield. We must find out how best to use them. Lovely, lovely, lovely. More tank stuff, more better. Unfortunately, friends, it is afternoon my time on a Saturday. So I do have to get going. It has been a ton of fun, really and sincerely. What do I even say? Of our 3 playthroughs, the Spanish Revolution was probably my favorite. That we won that as a Spanish commune. The America playthrough obviously has so many ways to go, and I really, really wish we'd had more time to explore more of them. But I think we've played 3 weeks of Hearts of Iron, so we're gonna have to say goodbye to this game for a little while. Also mentioned that an ad break is coming about 30 seconds. I will play a crossword puzzle during that. But yeah, it is the case that I had a great time. On Monday, you'll either see Endzone 2, or you will see Sins of a Solar Empire 2. Both games I don't know at all. I did play Endzone 1 though, so we'll see. There are so many more playthroughs in this game. If I were a betting man, I would say we'll get back to this game probably in December, which I know feels terrible. but it's the only way we can play all the games I promised to play. Oh, December. Brutal, brutal. Anyway, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. We'll finish up a little bit of crossword puzzle and ask me anything. If you have anything you wanted to know about Old Resorty or the stream ahead, just let me know, please and thanks. Alright, so place to play a certain card game. A bingo hall that. December around the corner. If I'm going to try to play all the Paradox games, it's going to take some work. This is one of the most divisive of Paradox titles. People either love it or hate it. Yeah, like I said, I hated it for the first stream and a half. I told myself I would stay and try as best I could until I, learned the game. Having learned the game, I'm enjoying myself for sure. Sponsor Persian cuisine is served. How about cat dishes? How about cat dishes are a good kind of Persian food? Hello, Lamar. You're thinking about going back to school to get a PhD in geology. Do I recommend a PhD or give it a pass? I'd say a science PhD is a better one to go for than a humanities one in general. The old story is Columbia English PhDs are really, really competitive. About 7 years ago, Columbia sent out 10 fresh PhDs in English, and only one got a job. So the market in humanities is brutal. Geology, of course, has the benefit that you can work for state agencies, along with being a professor. So my standard line on getting a PhD is only do it if you really love it, and you can't imagine doing anything else. I think that's my general PhD story. It is always very hard work. Well, Fry and Chandler actually has a geology PhD, so probably can answer a little better than I can. If you want, I can also put you in touch with a geology professor friend of mine. But I'm guessing Fry can help you more than I can, certainly. I love that. I love when our community can help each other a little bit. There you go. Comedy writer Chi. I got no idea. What's the across here, though? Payment installments. Cash registers. Cash registers are where you pay things, or cash desks. So monopolizes hogs instead of rigs. Cash desks? So Karen Chi is a plausible name. Position is, stead? Like instead of possibly? Accessory that might pop. A balloon hat might pop if it gets near that needle. Awesome progress. A creature that might be found in a tide pool. Well, a crab comes to mind. That'd be the extinct swimmers or megarons. Well, the LR switch is great fun. Probably not. Creature at tide pool. Sea owl. Huh, I don't know that thing. International Fund for Saving the Blank Sea, an ecological organization in Central Asia. It's the Aral Sea, obviously. What is COR here? The Countess of Grantham on Downton Abbey. It could be Cora as a name, possibly. A home to the Andros Barrier Reef is the Bahamas, apparently. Oh, a clam. Of course a clam is an animal. Little bits are tads. Audible evidence of an allergic reaction, perhaps. Achoo! Love that. Inclined or lying down. Prone, like prone to or I am prone. Not likely to crush on someone briefly. Probably aromantic. Eating out. That's a lot. Picnic containers is a thermos. That's the word I couldn't remember earlier. Prematurely sadly. Eating out. Honky tonk. Aid for a rock climber is a toe hold, I believe. Clarifying phrase is as in. Needle holder, still not sure. Holiday purchase that cuts down decorating time. Pre-lit tree. So diet is wrong here. Low calorie is then... Ooh. Oh, it's just light. What's HNO here, by the way? Oh, it should be toe hold. Museum Modern Fart Artist is Yoko Ono, apparently. So LITE. Land rights. Oh! Surname providing anonymity is Roe, as in Roe v. Wade, the abortion case in the US, not Doe. That's very clever. I got stuck on Doe immediately. So land rights is correct there. Drastic tech support option. It's the hard reset. Last second here, all too soon. There you go, team. A little tough. Was that a Tuesday puzzle? Yeah, I felt like a Tuesday is a Tuesday. Good. With that, I have no open crosswords remaining. We can go back to the standard crossword page. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for spending time with me, folks. Always a nice time. Back tomorrow with what? Not tomorrow. Back in 2 days. Something else. Tomorrow, day off. It's gonna be good. I appreciate you all so much. See you again real soon. Yeah, consider joining the Discord. The Discord, the place we chit chat. I asked there about music you liked back in high school. I put a Weeda song up. It's great. Anyway, see you again real soon. Goodbye.